Don't pour too much.
No.
It's like YouTube stuff now, proper stuff. So,
It was billed as the ultimate sports podcast.
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time.
Everybody has been waiting.
I'm God gifted.
He's a bull. I'm the matador.
This is the Weekend Guy Podcast, and it begins now.
but hello YouTube, welcome back to the podcast. It's another one. It's a new episode. Wow, is it a new year? Since the last time we did it, I think we did it last year. It's a new year. But welcome back. Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Podcast on YouTube in South African sports. We'll cover everything, man, but we cover it sports with a difference. We don't want to go. We're not on radio, so we're not going to be talking like we're on radio. No holds barred podcast. It's called The Weekend Guy. We're back. It's the weekend. I don't know which weekend it is, but it's the weekend. I've got a new host on the podcast. This guy is what, tattoos first of all. So one of those guys, but he's got a lot of knowledge in sports. Peter, say hi to people.
Hello everybody. Peter's the name. Thanks, Mr. Weekender. Let's do this and let's hear what everybody's got to say, man.
Yeah, I know I know everyone's got like a lot of opinions when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
But it's us, it's just the weekend, so all the opinions we state on this podcast are our own. We don't want to. We feel free to attack us if you want, but you must just know that we're just two guys having fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, let's just dive into it. Let's dive into the hot topic of the year because it's going to be an interesting year in sports this year, Peter.
Do you think so? I beg to differ. We've got a lot going on as a nation. South Africa on its own is a movie.
Oh my God!
But
wow.
On the sports side of things, let's see what happens, man. There's a lot going on, man.
But with South Africa as well, with that being said, I think yesterday was the first day we had with no load shedding.
Is it? No load shedding? I had load shedding from what? 4 till 5:30? So I had load shedding.
Serious?
So, yeah.
I didn't have any load shedding
No,
yesterday.
I had
Did you
load
guys have
shedding.
load shedding yesterday? No, we didn't have load shedding
Okay,
yesterday.
I had load
I think
shedding.
it's the first day we can celebrate and say, congratulations!
Say congratulations,
Thank you.
Julius Malema, man.
Whoever it is, with that coming up tomorrow, that's another story. That's another story. I mean, that's like shocking. But anyway, let's talk about the sport because we're here for the sport.
Let's
sport guys.
let's dive
The
in.
weekend guy
Let's dive in.
with Peter. What we do on the weekend, guys, we watch sports, we cook. Obviously, on the channel, there's many things we do, but I'm a sport guy. Peter's a sport guy. Let's talk about what happened yesterday, Peter.
Where do you want to start, man?
We can start there with this guy comparing Dr. Khumalo to what's that Sundowns little man.
Listen. That guy is. So here's my thing. Themba Zwane is good, right? And Themba has done his own little magic over the years, from when he started to where he is now captain in Sundowns. But my thing is, you can't compare a Dr. Khumalo with a Themba Zwane.
Oh my God, what an insult.
Let's start it off. Doctor plays against Argentina. We pull him off, I think, second half, sometimes 60 minutes, 70 minutes to go. What happens? Argentina comes back to beat us.
Yeah. Yeah, because he left the field. Yeah.
Same thing happens against Brazil. We pull a Dr. Khumalo off. What happens?
The
Brazil
game
beats us.
turns, like literally. Even
Bebeto
Germany,
scores
yeah,
whatever he calls the Bebeto.
The Bebeto goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Themba Zwane, unfortunately, has got some big shoes to fill. Unfortunately. As much as he is where he is, Themba Zwane is a big player. I like Themba, man. Themba makes Sundowns shake. But to compare him with...
For me, I beg to differ.
Why?
I'm a Chiefs fan. Like, out and out Chiefs fan. First of all, Sundowns are ruining South African football.
How?
They're buying every single good
That's
player
fine.
we have.
That's fine.
We have no future.
What do you mean they've got no future? They've got one of the best...
The national team can never be Sundowns.
Why not?
England can never be Manchester United.
Why not?
Why buy everyone?
When the Germans took the World Cup, half of those players were from Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but still, that was like 1990 or something.
That's
like
fine.
that.
Half of the
No,
team is
no,
from
no,
Bayern
no,
Munich.
no.
That
So-
means there's synergy. That
Nah,
means
we don't have that.
There's swag. That means I know how Andile plays. I don't even have to guess what Andile is doing.
No, how's that going? How's that going, by the way? How's it
For
going?
Bafana?
Yeah, currently.
We don't know. We yet to see when they're playing on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, but still.
They playing Liberia. Whoa. We playing first game, Orlando Stadium. We're playing Liberia, right? We're not going to lose. We'll never lose against Liberia in South Africa. Where we might lose is when we go to Liberia. Because, listen. African mentality when it comes to other African teams is very different.
Yeah, of course, going to Africa is like going to a fourth world country.
So we're going to get there.
What is a fourth world country?
They're going to send us to a stadium in a second-hand bus.
Yeah.
It might get delayed.
Put us in a shitty hotel.
Put us in a crappy hotel like they did Orlando Pirates in
Yeah, I remember
before
that
the
crap, yeah.
finals, right?
Yeah.
And have a whole lot of prostitutes around this hotel.
Put you in what's it called? Hillbrow. Put in a Hillbrow. Liberian Hillbrow.
Wow, Liberian Hillbrow. Is there one?
Wow. So you try to say Liberia is like
I didn't say anything. I'm just asking. Is there one?
So Hillbrow
If
is like
there
a
is
town
one,
in Liberia.
If there is one, listen to me. If there is one,
Yeah.
don't put Bafana next to it. We know our boys, and history says our nation loves women.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't see it from that angle.
Yeah.
Like,
Come
I
on.
didn't see it from that
Come
angle.
on.
Like we love women. Everybody loves women.
Everybody loves women, but
Everybody loves
our sports stars. You see, the downfall of our sports stars is based on what?
Oh, Senzo. Oh shit. Okay, no. That's not good.
No, let's not
That's
go
not
there.
good.
That's that still hurts.
All
Still
right.
hurts.
Anyway. Getting back to it, Peter. Let's look at the rugby. Me being a Springbok obsessed fan, who's winning the World Cup?
I'm gonna go New Zealand.
Can you put money in that?
I will. We'll put 1,000 rand right now.
1,000 rand.
1,000
It's
rand.
like what, $10, $100?
That's fine. We'll put 1,000 rand on it.
$100.
I say
Okay.
New Zealand wins the next World Cup.
Okay, so I say Springboks.
I say never.
I say Springboks.
Nah.
Why not Ireland?
Why? Because they're beating France and England.
They beat everyone.
Yeah, they
everyone.
beat.
They've beaten everyone now. For me, the reason I don't pick them is because they are chokers.
The
Every
Irish
World
are
Cup.
chokers.
Yeah, they
How?
always come in. No, they always come in beasting every season, dominating Six Nations. Come there when it comes to tournament, lose to an unknown Tonga. First group games, they lose about two. Second, or they all go. Oh, they've never made passes. They never made the semi-finals.
Okay, fine.
In the entire
That's
history of the tournament.
okay. That's understood. So
Yeah.
you say they've beaten everybody. Of course, they've beaten the championship side, New Zealand.
Yeah.
They've beaten the world champions, South
South
Africa.
Africa.
They've now just had a grand slam with the Six Nations,
So
right?
they've beaten everyone.
So
They've
now-
beaten everyone.
Our World Cup is what, close to how many months? How many years to go?
September.
September this year.
Yeah, so this year, yeah.
September this year.
Because
That's like what?
we won 2019. It's like a couple of months from now.
That's a couple of months from now. Do you see Ireland? When the Irish getting back together, what's the tournament they
Yeah,
playing
because
before
they're not because they finished the Six Nations,
And that
then
means-
they go back to their clubs. We play with them. URC, Heineken Cup. We finished that.
We've got the
when
championship
we finished
coming.
that, yeah, we've got rugby championship, and ours is convenient. It starts in July.
just before the World
Yeah,
Cup?
it's a shortened version of it.
Yeah?
Here's what I was thinking of is, and actually you raised a good point. I was actually thinking about this morning that these guys are going to go into a rest.
The Irish, yeah.
The Irish,
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
European teams are going into a rest mode. They're only going to pick up again when we play our rugby
After the championship.
Yeah, after the championship.
Yeah.
So they have a few warm-up games, then go into the World Cup.
Yes.
Immediately. Whereas we'll be coming in
From the championship, fresh.
fresh, like playing
Fresh.
New Zealand. And we're going to play New Zealand twice again as a warm-up game. We're going to play New Zealand and Wales 2 games before we start the group
Yeah.
stages. We're in the same group as Ireland and Scotland. We're in the group of death, basically. You know? But my point is that those guys would have rested too much or not had international rugby to be able to say now they won't be as sharp as us.
They won't be as, you're right, sharp.
They won't be
But
as
my
sharp as
thing
us.
is, if you are saying that the Irish have got a chance of winning the World Cup, right? The Irish need to get together 2 months or 3 months before the World Cup.
Yeah, which is impossible
They
because
need to get together.
yeah, because the URC ends in May, and the Heineken Cup ends after that, like June. Then we go into rugby championship, shortened version. July, August. It's only 2 months. And those games are played within those 2 months. We need to travel to New Zealand. Australia comes here. No, Australia comes here first. We go to New Zealand, and then we go to Argentina. So when we come back from that, we go meet New Zealand again in London for the warm-up game, first one. Then we play Wales, second warm-up game. Then it's World Cup already.
True.
So where those guys, they only started, they've been playing with us domestically. But remember, domestic rugby and international rugby is a whole new ball game.
Different ball game.
So I'm a little bit skeptical to say, that's why I'm betting on the Springboks. I mean, I think Urasi has got like a plan in place.
So if Rassie, look, the 2019 team, we need a whole lot of new faces there.
Not really.
Not wholesale changes.
Not wholesale changes. No, we can't.
No. By me saying we need new faces, I mean Yomani Lebok.
Oh my God.
The boys had a good season,
right? God, that guy.
The boy's still shining,
For
right?
Me, yeah, that guy's a beast.
We
need beasts.
Then we let's go back. We need a kicker. We suffering from number 10.
I think with the current form of Andre Pollard in the English Premiership, he's actually coming to form.
What if he gets an injury?
We've got money. He's a proper kicker, money. Because the only problem we had last season, towards the end of the season, was the winger kicking Cheslin or this guy, the little one who in Nip, what do they call him? Faf was kicking for goals, and this Damien Williams is a fullback.
He's
not even
he's a fullback.
We didn't have, but now we do have money because he's a proper number 10.
So you're saying in your squad you'll have a Andre Pollard and you have a Mani Lebok.
And then there's this whole
at
debate.
Number 10.
Yeah,
number 10. Let's just speak number 10.
Yeah. And this, at number 10, and there's this whole debate going on currently that this guy, what was the other one, the womanizer, the guy who likes women.
Jankies.
Is it Jankies?
Jankies, yeah.
He's on form, but he's playing second division rugby.
But you see, do we need him now that we've got a Mani and Andre?
That's my point. I was actually arguing with people on Twitter that, guys, I mean, we can't pick someone who's playing URC rugby, first of all, top tier rugby in Europe, in our league, and then Heineken Cup week in, week out. URC champion, proven. With the medal, over someone who's playing second division rugby because they were there in 2019.
No,
we can't be rewarding because that would mean now we're rewarding
mediocre.
And we're picking our friends. Our friends are guaranteed since we're mates. You can start. You go to the World Cup. Don't worry. So it's going to demonstrate a level of bias from the coaching staff and a level of extraordinary friendship which I've never seen in a Springbok.
So Yankees steps out. Here's number 10.
At number 10, so yeah.
Yankees steps out. Money comes in. Andre Pollard goes in. Right? We've sealed that part.
Yeah.
So now, looking at our forward pack.
There it's easy.
Is it easy?
Yeah, there it's easy because all of the players from 2019 have been performing very well at a very high level. I mean, if you look at our number one, who's this guy? Lucid. Who's Bud Spencer?
Yes.
The Stormers guy with the beard. Still beasting in the URC. Bongi Monambi and Malcolm Marx. Still beasting.
Yeah.
From last season, beasts. Number 3, it's Stephen Kitchov, who's the starter behind him. Trevor Nyakane. So still beasting in France at Racing 92. Number 4, Earben is beasting.
You've got Sia still.
We've got Sia at number 6. We've got the Stormers boys. The other, I just forget the name. The other number 4 for the Stormers. He's beasting. Number 5 is Lute Akuno Tomato, still beasting in Japan. And his cover, the Stormers guy with the scrum cap, still beasting because these guys are playing top tier rugby. It's like playing Premiership versus second division Premiership. These guys are in the Premiership.
So what are you saying? So I hear you've called out names and you actually called out their substitutes as well.
Yeah.
So we're not. With the forward pack, we're not worried about injuries.
No. Number 7 is Peter Steff. His cover is this guy. Who can cover him? The many young ones, even Ross can cover him. So they've got cover.
So we're not worried there.
No, yeah.
So
number
backline.
8.
Go to your backs.
That's where the problem is.
Go to your backs because my backs, number 10, I'm not worried. I've already mentioned them, right?
Yeah. 11.
My halves. My scrum halves.
Number 9, no.
Are we covered there?
No, we're covered.
We've got
the Faf.
We've got a Faf and that
Jaden Hendricks.
Those two.
So those are covered. And then we've got like Grant Williams from the Sharks, another beast. So he's going to be third choice. And then we've got two Herschel Yankees, number 4. So we've got 4 world-class scrum halves.
So do you play Willemse or you play...
At 10. He covers 10 as well.
No. At 15 now. I'm
15.
jumping ship.
No, he can cover.
Do we play a Willemse or do we play that boy from KZN?
Vili?
Not Vili.
Apiwe. Apiwe is not making the World Cup squad.
Why?
He's not good enough.
Compared to who?
Compared to Vilileroux and this boy, Damien Willemse. He's not making the World Cup. Next World Cup.
Why?
Because, simple as that. World Cup requires game breakers. Vilileroux is a game breaker. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Damien can cover 15, 12, and 10.
True.
Yeah? So he's covered. We covered there in that position. And plus, you can start him at 15. He can play the Damien. He can play the Vilileroux game. So I mean that side step.
Who? Damien Willemse.
Yeah, he can play that game like from the kickoff, receive ball, quick step right or quick step left, and then gets into the gap.
Okay.
That's what we have. You see what I'm saying? So we covered in that position. The only real position here which is not really covered in terms of the substitutes, because which is still, in my opinion, up in the clouds, it's the wings.
What do you mean? The wings...
The 11 and 14.
11, 14, I think we covered, man.
So in 11, remember, there's
Mapimpi?
There's 5 wingers. There's 5 wingers.
That's fine. We've got Mapimpi
Got
on
Mapimpi
the,
at 11. On the left.
11.
Yeah.
Then we've got
Cheslin.
We've got Cheslin, right?
Yes.
Then to
who
cover...
Ketley Arendse.
Covers Mapimpi.
No, he covers all 3 because he can play fullback.
But let's just put him on the wing now and say...
14.
14.
Yeah.
Covers a Cheslin.
Oh, 11. Yeah, okay, he covers
Cheslin,
Covers
right?
Cheslin. Yeah.
Cover Cheslin.
Who covers Mapimpi?
Who covers Mapimpi?
Yeah. It's either you go for Keenan Moody, the young one,
Spoo
or you
Nkosi.
go for Spoo. You see, that's where...
I say Spoo.
Because Spoo...
I say Spoo.
Spoo is proven world class. He's
Yes.
world class. Ne? But Spoo is struggling. Last 2 games, Currie Cup, he was there in those teams.
That's
Those
fine.
teams. He's struggling.
That's fine. Zboo's a big player. Zboo has been there and he was asked to play in the previous World Cup. Hey man, we need you here. Can you do it for us?
No, he can. No,
exactly. So why would you want to play another boy that's never experienced the World Cup?
We'll see. There for me, it's still a little bit of a... I don't know.
I guess your 12 and 13 is and Creel.
No. Yeah, obviously, Creel covers and then Esthazen, the Harlequins boy, he covers Damien. It's a like for like. They say they're the same kind of player. They whole get the pass, hold on to the ball, don't pass. Crash, ball, then try and provide something later on in life. But otherwise, it's pass the ball, take my egg into the people.
Can we go into the Currie Cup? Can we discuss the Bulls?
Oh my God, I need to take a prayer.
Don't take a prayer.
Jesus Christ.
So the Bulls bring in Edgar, right? Edgar's a solid guy, been through the systems. Former Podge boy, former Northwest University boy.
I think I need to pour a shot for
Listen. You can't rip Edgar off right now. My question to you, when it comes to Edgar, and listen to me carefully.
Okay.
My question to you, is there dressing room not reading Edgar's requests? Or is
I think so.
Edgar not a part of the dressing room?
I think so. Okay, we'll have to edit this part off. Historically, you know where the Bulls must and where they're based.
Okay.
Yeah? You bring in...
You've sealed it for me. I don't want to go to that angle, but we don't.
No, I'm not going to any angle. I'm just putting it as it is.
No, it's fine. I don't want to tackle it like that. But now that you've mentioned it, that's fine. That's fine. Edgar,
Look,
my boy, I still support you. I still love you. And I'm still saying you can make it.
At the end of the day, what it comes down to in any rugby circle is that it's like any environment you walk into. Ne? The institution has been existing for 50, 60 years. And they've got a certain way of doing things.
Tradition.
Yeah, they've got tradition. So with the Bulls, they need taking into account, I love the Bulls. Remember, I'm a Bulls fan. But taking into account the institution I support, which I know,
they need prayers.
Yeah, they need they've not lost faith in Jake White, but something is going on there.
Tradition.
With the coach.
With the coaching staff.
Yeah, I think the players have decided not to give a shit anymore. We don't know.
But there's a Curry Cup side. Why are you not giving a shit? You
No,
want to
remember
play?
the Curry Cup side, they are UFC players. They are like half of them
UFC
UFC
player,
players.
yeah, true,
like
true.
half the UFC squad is there. We've been crapping the UFC for a very long time now. Do you see what I'm saying? We're lucky to be where we are at the current stage of the UFC. The next, I think, we're going to be eliminated soon. Well, this season, we're not going to make it to the final like last season. So, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride. I mean, if compared to Stormers.
So Edgar
who's the
walked
problem?
into it.
Yeah, I walked into a phase which is like...
It's like hitting a brick wall,
yeah, you know, we're in between
making it and
and not.
And jumping ship.
And yeah, you know, I don't know. Like me too, like as a Bulls, like as a diehard Bulls fan, like I'm very much confused with what's going on.
oh
after
my
this.
word, okay.
Like I'm seriously
Now,
confused with what's
whatever
going on
you say.
after this first fight. So, but anyway, with that being said, the Stormers are going very, very well in all competitions. They've won the Shield already.
Yeah, they covered
They've won
that part.
the URC part of ours. They've won the Shield. The Springboks. They've won the Shield without us, without the Springboks.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They beat the Bulls at home without the Springboks there. Okay, 1-2 were there, but it's like those guys now are operating in another. Country.
They done with South Africa.
Only when the Sharks Springbok come back, like the Springboks come back for the Sharks.
We might
The
see.
Sharks will come back.
We
now.
might
That's
see
who
a different
we're
Sharks
supposed to
team.
are. But as far as our chances go, and when I mean our, because I'm a Bulls fan, as far as our chances go this season, I think pretty soon our UFC is going to be over.
So are you changing coaches?
No, not really.
Not yet.
It's too close to a World Cup year. We can't. It's a World
What
Cup
do you
year.
mean? What does the World Cup year have to do with
No, Jake
changing
White came
coaches?
from a stomach operation. He almost died on a plane from Wales.
Whoa.
So we've got that issue with him. But no, not yet. Not yet. No. Plus, who are you going to put in South Africa at the moment? There's no standout coach at the moment. We can, except for the guy who coaches the Griquas. That guy is old.
Oh, okay, but he's old.
He's old, but his team is beasting like a lot. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that if you look at it from a perspective of the Bulls, they need to buy players. The Bulls, essentially,
They've
the first team,
believed in their academy for
structures and stuff like that.
for the longest time. So I don't see them going out unless you're a biller and you're a former biller.
Yeah.
Right?
'Cause
that's how you walk back
into the Bulls setup.
the
Yeah,
Bulls
yeah,
setup.
that's the
But
thing,
them
man.
going out and saying, "Oh no, here's
Go buy,
100K," no, that's not happening.
Even now, that's what
That's
you're saying
not
is
happening.
true. They're actually buying former Bulls players back.
Of course,
like,
because they know the system.
yeah, if you've been through there, they'll buy you.
Yeah,
back.
they'll buy you. You come back. You'll wear the number 18 or something, and you
but
start
at
making.
At the end of the day, we need to buy like.
You're not going to buy
internationals.
anybody.
International, we need to buy international players because we're not making it anyway. Even next season, with the current crop of players, even the ones they've brought back in.
It's not doing it
We
for
need
you guys.
superstars.
You need
Like the
those
Sharks, they've got 9 or 12 Springboks superstars, not even
Same as
starters. The Stormers,
Stormers.
9
same
or 12
thing.
starters in the Springbok team. So we need that.
So
Otherwise-
Bulls
'cause
are-
we've got like 2.
Bulls are
young
in
kids
competition
coming
with
in.
teams like Griquas.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying, putting it out there. Griquas just another team that's
Imagine.
playing rugby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
that's the issue we're having, and yeah, I mean, what can you do?
Life goes on.
All right, so Ireland, in my book, are not going to win the World Cup.
Okay.
France are the hosts. What do you think? Because France, nah.
The French have always made it. The current crop of French players. The current crop of French rugby. Let's say the Rugby Federation of France.
The
They-
richest
they-
one, by the way. Let's put that into perspective. The richest rugby federation. in
That's
the
fine. We
world.
haven't seen them. They haven't won anything significant. They can
They
be
won
the,
the Six Nations
That's
last
fine.
season.
They haven't won
Saying-
anything significant.
But I feel like the only problem with them at the current stage, they're depending on one player.
Who's
They've
that?
got one superstar. It's Antoine Dupont, the captain, the number 9.
Number 9, Dupont is a very small boy to be I rely on you. You don't rely on a scrum half to win us the World Cup.
Remember, you're going to meet like the likes of New Zealand or South Africa, and they take him out of the game with a very hard
Exactly.
tackle. Because remember, at the Springboks, you're like, oh, at New Zealand, you can't run. You can't do the whole physical game, like run
Yeah,
into
no,
people.
they're gonna
Shut
smash
down
you.
very
They're
easily.
gonna.
So if he goes out,
But the French, what's interesting about the French is they've got a lot of African French players.
oh my God,
Where
wow.
do those guys come from? Where do they come from?
Oh, we can't talk
I
about
think
that.
the
That's like
Tabo-
going into soccer now.
That's like Tabo there. Tabo's family's got money. Dad decides we're gonna go to France.
And then he goes plays.
5 years down the line, Thabo is there, changes names.
Yeah,
Same
like-
goes for Japan.
Yeah,
Japan's got that boy from.
The poaching. I think the biggest poacher of our players is Scotland and
The
Scotland
biggest
and
poacher,
Ireland, and
the
Ireland.
biggest poacher of South African rugby is Scotland,
Scotland. Wow, bruh.
and I'm seeing the French do it because they bring in. They won't buy them from South Africa per se,
Take them from high school.
but they
with
won't
the-
take them from South African teams.
Yeah.
So they will wait for a Mapimpi to go play for Harlequins.
Yeah, and then they
and
take
they
him
go
there.
take him from there
No,
to
no,
go
it's not,
represent.
it's not even like that. You know what they do now? These boys, there's this dubbies, this Paul boys.
Yes,
whatever.
Paul boys versus yeah.
So when the guys in matriculates, he's offered a scholarship
In-
by Racing 92
Yes.
to go study at varsity.
Yeah, 5
there.
years down the
5
line,
years
you-
down the line.
you're
Remember,
representing-
He's out of the system. He was beating like many players. Go there on scholarship. It's France. I mean, he can't.
You cannot
resist.
say no.
You can't say no. You can't
Yeah,
say
yeah,
no.
yeah, you cannot say
Goes
no.
there on scholarship. He's not even going to varsity. He's training with a team, developing a team. Then he comes in 5 years down the line.
It's like Australians and our cricketers, right?
Yeah. The Labuschanes.
Labashane,
But
Labaskachni,
it's
Labashane.
Labuschagne. I was actually having a discussion with that with someone. All right. So, France, they've only been beaten by Ireland.
That's fine.
I think the only way France, for me, wins the World Cup is if they cheat like they always do at home.
But you mentioned chokers, right? The French are the
Ireland.
biggest chokers.
Even them as well, yeah.
Second to the Irish,
it's
the French
are
are the chokers.
actually epic chokers.
Yeah, you'll get to a quarterfinals, then the next thing you can't play rugby.
Yeah. Because for me, the World Cup is 7 games like consecutively. 7 games.
Then you win it.
Yeah, then
Then you're done.
7
Then you're
games.
done with the World Cup.
So
yeah.
if you're not prepared yourself, if you're not prepared enough, if you don't have players good enough to play 7
7
games in the
games.
space of a month or less,
7 hectic games, put
7
it that
hectic
way.
games, yeah, you're not gonna win the cup. So the French, with depending on one number 9,
So the French are out. Let's go back to that. Who's winning the World Cup?
you say New Zealand.
I say New Zealand.
I
I
say
say
South
semi-final. I say semi-final. I say semi-final. South Africa beats Ireland.
Wow, my God, that would be a miracle. But anyway,
New Zealand beats the French.
yeah. We can't meet Ireland because we're in the same group.
Are we in the same group?
Yeah, we're gonna meet them in
Okay.
the final only.
The English
so it can only be France or New Zealand.
or New Zealand?
Yeah.
Are
depending
we
who's
with
first in
them
the group,
again?
yeah. If so we might meet New Zealand or France because we can't meet Ireland
In the semi-finals.
in semi-finals. Yeah,
That's
it will
fine.
be one of the 4. So the 4
That's fine. Then
contenders
we'll
can
beat.
only meet in the
If
semi-finals.
South Africa plays New Zealand,
Oh my God.
New Zealand wins and takes the World Cup. If
You
South
see,
Africa
if we get New
listen,
Zealand-
if South Africa wins against New Zealand,
We
they
win the
take
World Cup. Yeah,
the
yeah.
World Cup. It's
But
as
if
easy
we-
as that.
Like if we get New Zealand, Jesus, like it's like what compared to soccer? It's like getting
So, what,
Madrid.
Pirates versus Sundowns?
No, it's like getting Madrid in the
Oh.
semi-final. You understand?
That's
New
fine.
Zealand are
Talking
tough,
about that.
bruh.
Talking
It's
about
tough.
that.
Yeah.
Madrid what?
Oh, Madrid are beast.
Never.
Certified.
Never. Talking about that.
Certified.
Let's just go into that.
We'll come to that.
Well,
I can
okay.
see your T-shirt. I've
Okay.
seen
Yeah,
the
okay.
T-shirt there.
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about the Springboks. I think now it's time to talk about our boys, our preparation. I don't know if I'm going to be biased because we're in New Zealand.
Go ahead.
But
Go
I'm just
ahead.
going to touch on a few things that our boys, our elite boys,
They're in a camp. They're in a camp.
they are doing some serious drills there, coming from vacation. So for me, let's just say something else about the management structure. Urasi I still maintain he's a rapid genius. He's a genius.
Okay.
Whatever he's doing, give the guys a month off, then take them from the URC, put them in a hectic camp.
Yeah.
Show drills on social media, which are like.
This is
abnormal
what our
drills.
country's
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, like I'm like
This is
scaring
what our-
the other
Yeah,
guys.
no, this is what
you
we're
know,
doing.
Yeah, because the drills which are being shown on Insta and Twitter, it's like physical stuff, like
Yeah.
get Earman hugging the ball, CM must come and get it, or Mapimpi must come and take the ball from Earman. So I don't know what they're doing, but knowing them,
It's a sense of fear. It's a sense of, let's go back to the 2019 final. There's a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes where England are just bashing into South African wall and they're not doing anything.
yeah.
The boys are
And
not
then
breaking
they're
down.
not getting past.
You
Yeah,
understand?
they're not getting past the wall.
So
yeah.
this thing that Rassi is doing right now is saying to you guys, you need to beat what I'm showing you in order to beat South Africa, right? I'm giving Andile a heads up as to, hey dog, in order to beat me, please come prepared. Go into the gym and lift 150 because I'm already lifting
'Cause I've
180.
never seen that.
You understand?
I'm, like, so shocked.
So for me, it's a sense of I'm instilling fear in my boys and the rest of the world. Actually, I'm instilling fear in you guys. If you're not gonna do twice as much as my boys are doing, there is no way you're beating us.
That's kind of shocking. I mean,
It's as easy as that.
even that drill they were doing, like this thing of to
Come
even
get the
show-
ball from me.
Come get the ball from me. The guy's hugging the ball, and like Eben is big, like it's big, like it's huge.
huge.
Then Umakazola Mapimbi is trying to get the ball from Eben, trying to rip it off, and then
It's a
Kenan-
nightmare.
And then Kenan Moody is going against Sia. I'm like, okay, which one is this one now?
Yeah.
Which
Take
what's
me
going
on.
now? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
take me on.
Oh, what a statement, bro.
Yeah, take me on.
So we're there. So they've been, I think this week they're coming back to the franchises to play the European games. The Stormers are playing the Harlequins.
The Harlequins, yeah.
Actually in Cape Town, which we need to go to. And then like, I'm thinking to myself, these boys, it's March now, April, May, June. Ne? They were beasting on these three competitions. Then July, there's the
championship.
The rugby season starts.
Championship, yeah.
So knowing Rasi, hey, those guys, I don't know what they're planning, but it's genius. There's something.
Listen, you mentioned that Rassi is trying to bring a Nigel Owen in.
Yes.
But
yes.
with me, with where I sit and what I've been reading, World Rugby Order, the Illuminati of rugby. Let me put it
Yes,
that way.
yes, there's those old topics.
Those older Illuminati of rugby. They are saying, "Oh, Rassi, we don't like the way you do things. Every time you spot things, we're gonna crush you." So with Nigel Owen coming in, he's been caught out crushing South African rugby.
He is.
So why is he coming in? What's Rassi's thinking behind
And
that?
remember, like, Nigel Owens is a former world #1.
What's Rassi's thinking behind that?
He's breaking the walls. For me, he's breaking the walls strategically by saying that, okay, I'm taking one of you guys to come and work with me.
Okay.
So when Nigel Owens raises up something with the Springboks,
It won't be Rassi
It
anymore.
won't be Rassi, and it won't be an argument or the manager of the referees taking too long to reply. It will be Nigel Owens,
Saying,
the world's former #1 rugby referee.
yeah.
He happens to be gay, by the way. I think so.
That is he? I don't know.
I think he's gay. I'm not sure. I
The
think I
man,
read
the
somewhere.
man, the man is.
I think he's
is
into
firm
testosterone. I think he's one of those.
He's in touch
you know,
with
when
his
they do
feminine
the
side.
scrum, I think that's like did something
That's
for
fine.
him.
That's
like,
fine.
does something.
That's
So
allowed.
I don't know. It's
The
like-
guy's allowed to be a guy.
Yeah, I
you
don't
know.
know. Like, so he's like got this testosterone thing with him. But anyway, Nigel Owens is currently the world rugby overseer of referees.
Of referees.
He's already involved somehow there.
Yeah.
But taking him is another statement, or threatening to take him. That's another thing. The difference between actually threatening to do it and actually doing it.
Doing it.
Do you see what I'm saying?
So where are we? Where's Rassi right now?
What I say, if Nigel agrees,
To come to South Africa.
yes, he's changed the world rugby landscape. Because remember, the argument was this: that Rassi is overdoing things, like by doing the videos and so on.
And so on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rassi's
He's like-
Rassi's
he's
overboard
like,
with
yeah,
everything he
overboard with
does.
everything
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
on.
yeah.
But now to do it like this, strategically thinking of it, he's changing the entire landscape of world rugby as it stands. For me, Rassi Rasmus, after he's finished his coaching career, he's so progressive that he could be a future president of world rugby.
Illuminati won't allow it. He's South African.
We'll have to see.
They
I'm
won't
thinking
allow
10
it.
years from now,
They won't allow it.
20 years from now,
They won't allow it. He's
because
South
of the
African.
way he looks into the game and the way he sees the game.
He might be in the
He's-
board of directors, the board of something, but
He
he'll
has
never
to
run
be a
it.
future president. If that's
He'll
how-
never run it.
He has to, for me, I think so. I think he can run world rugby, change the game.
Look, he changes the game. We love the man. I'm South African. I love Rassi with all I have, right?
Yeah.
Because of what he's done for us. But I mentioned the Illuminati. The Illuminati is out there saying everything that South Africa does, actually, everything that the Southern Hemisphere does, Southern Hemisphere is wrong to world rugby.
Yeah, I tend to agree on some aspects. I was watching, especially yesterday, the Super Rugby.
Super Rugby, yeah,
tour.
yeah.
The way they officiate there.
Yeah.
It's like, now that I've been exposed to the other side of rugby and how the game is officiated in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, compared to the Southern.
Compared to the Southern. It's very wrong how they do it. Let me make an example. In yesterday's game, when the Bulls played the Crusaders, a guy was hit in the air. And there was a collision in the air. So, I mean, both players jumped.
And they
hit.
collided. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Then they both landed. Then the ball, the guy was catching the ball, caught it, but there was a collision mid-air.
Mm-hmm.
The referee said, play on. Play on. How can that be?
So
I was
is that the ref saying?
Because he caught the ball, he landed safely. Play on. So he can hit him. He hit him like.
So I can hit you in the air so long as you're safe enough.
As long as you're safe, then we play
you
on.
can play on.
Yeah, we don't.
In the northern hemisphere, that will never happen.
That will never happen there. Immediately you jump and you hit the person still in the air. That's a penalty. Because it's for player safety at the end of the day.
I hear you.
You see, that's the problem which I noticed yesterday. And it was actually my first time. I'm like, no, man, that's not right.
I hear you.
That's not right. Because now player safety is a number one aspect in
the
rugby.
northern, but
Yeah,
in the northern hemisphere, it's the first thing they
but
take
in New
into
Zealand,
account.
they're like, no, play on. I'm like, what?
You see, what you saying now I want to know who was officiating the game.
I'm not sure about this. So New
We'll
Zealand referee,
yeah,
because
we'll
it was
have-
Crusaders versus the.
We'll have a look at it.
Yeah,
We'll have a look
but
at it.
coming into that game though, Jesus, the level of rugby being played there.
And yeah, you are saying South Africa's taking the World Cup.
No. It's only 2 teams. But damn, what a spectacle for world rugby.
2 teams
What-
that make up New Zealand
Yeah,
squad.
it's like
right?
half of them, the Crusaders and the Blues.
That's fine. That make up the New Zealand squad.
Remember I sent you a clip like of the whatever second try of the
Second
guy.
try, yeah.
The Blues are taking and then the Crusaders get the ball and then
It's
the
a
number 10 just
turnaround.
kicks it. The winger fetches it and then just goes past everyone.
Yeah.
That's another level of rugby. No, those guys are good.
So, but yeah, they listen.
They will miss us though.
We'll have to get into the World Cup fever when it does start.
That's the problem with us and non-rugby people and the whole South African as a whole, that we get into this thing late. Like they get into the rugby late. Like
So what are you
during the
saying?
World
So
Cup.
you are saying from April we should just
I'm saying, yeah, get
Go
into the
in.
World Cup as soon as the Springboks start. But get into the Heineken Cup. You know, I had to convince someone that, dude, we're playing in like the Champions League of European rugby.
of rugby. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we're playing
Of rugby. Yeah.
playing in the equivalent of the Champions League.
Of
Same
rugby.
thing, same
Yeah,
sponsor as the soccer. It's
It's
the
the same
Heineken Champions League.
League. Yeah.
Soccer is the Heineken UEFA Champions League.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of level. Our players are playing there. And when they play, the Springboks play there. Like, we don't play our... It's like... So imagine if a South African team wins the Heineken Cup.
It's a
How
big
much
thing.
money?
That's a big thing.
How much money will our players get?
It's a big thing.
It's like winning the AFCON for the PSL guys. You know? Or the World Cup. Okay, we're coming.
Don't
No,
start.
We're coming to those guys.
Okay.
Coming to the PSL guys. So it's a big deal. Like I was in November last year, I was explaining to someone that, guys, our teams are gonna play in the Heineken Cup, which is like equivalent of the Champions League in European football. So our teams are gonna play there. This thing is a big deal. Let's go to the stadium. Because the players are going to see their own show.
Yes, the same players you're seeing at the World Cup.
Yes. You see what I'm saying? The level of rugby being played there, it's not like seeing the Crusaders, because seeing the Crusaders playing in South Africa is like seeing them playing in the URC.
UFC.
This is the next level. You know, multiple countries coming together and playing this tournament, and it's a big deal. In Europe, it's a big deal. Like the stadiums are always full there. Here we're still thinking, and it's nice. And we had rugby.
But here you miss. Yeah, it's. I go back to tradition again.
Yeah, we've still got
Yeah,
tradition.
we still got. Rugby's a game for white people,
And the thing is,
and rugby for Africans and blacks is played in East London
yeah,
or Gqeberha.
yeah.
Right, and in Cape Town you're still thinking.
It's a colour team.
You know, coloured / white.
Right, yeah.
Where the black guys here.
Yeah.
In Joburg, you've got it all.
Yeah.
Kids are just, nah, mommy, I want to play hockey tomorrow morning. Oh, mommy, I got hit with a stick. I'm going to rugby.
Yeah, I know one of my friends, he's actually from Zimbabwe, but he played rugby. He knows rugby. Yeah, he's got dreadlocks now, but he knows rugby. He played rugby.
But that's because he was probably of is it St. Andrews or whatever the school is?
Yeah, I don't
St.
think
or
he
something.
went to St. Andrews. I think he went to a school
But
somewhere
St.
close
John's, St. John's is St. John's, Zimbabwe. There is a school such.
Yeah,
like that.
beasting school. But
Exactly.
I'm just thinking
So-
about a friend here who's playing rugby. I think he's in the room as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he's somewhere close here. He's
So
got
why
dreadlocks.
doesn't he play anymore?
No, he knows how to play. I think it was a good fly up or something like that. Yeah.
Why doesn't he play anymore?
I think we went into this DJing thing.
Okay,
videography,
okay.
This filmmaking stuff,
I
those
knew
filmmakers.
women. I could take pictures of
Yeah,
women doing
hip-hop,
certain things.
This hip-hop
You
guys,
know,
and this
music.
Yeah, it became
Nah,
that.
okay,
yeah,
no,
good
that's
career
fine.
Going,
Nah,
yeah.
it's okay. That's
so
fine.
it's a global sport. It's not like we're talking about a foreign sport, especially us, especially
Yeah,
to
yeah.
us. But it still remains that I don't want to use harsh words because we're gonna get
No, just turn it down a bit.
yeah, tone it down a bit. So the Heineken Cup, Ultimate Cup, everyone. I mean, if the Hulk, like now, we're gonna get like me and you and the crew. So maybe we're gonna go to Cape Town to record an episode at the
stadium
versus
itself.
The Harlequins
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
stadium, because it's such a unique experience to have, ne? That we can't miss it. It's the last 16 of the Heineken Cup. Imagine if
Yeah, after that we go into quarterfinals.
yes, imagine if Madrid was coming to play Ajax Cape Town. Would you want to be sitting?
Why Ajax? Why Ajax?
Because it's the only Cape Town. Hello, I'm an IS Cape Town kid. I
Oh, okay.
grew up in
No,
the era.
I'm just-
I'm just making an example.
I thought you
Okay,
would
the
have
Chiefs are
mentioned the
playing
Sundowns, you know?
Madrid. If Kaizer are playing Madrid, who the hell is going to want to miss that? It's
Nobody.
the same thing in rugby.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hence I said to you, dude, we need to make it, even if we drive to Cape Town, because of the flights being so expensive here in South Africa. We drive to Cape Town, we make it like a trip, and then we go sit at the stadium to watch international rugby.
That's fine.
If the Stormers make it through there, they're through to the last 8.
Stormers will get into semis.
Yes, because of the Springboks. they have.
Stormers will get into the semis.
I mean, it's like a vibe, right? It's like a vibe, right? Like we want to hook it up in that manner. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I hear
so
you.
we need to go there and forget about Super Rugby because
For a little bit.
Because no. When I spoke to you, you were like caught up in the Super Rugby era.
I am. I just
Super
love
Rugby,
my
it's
teams
dead.
that side.
It's dead. For us, it's dead.
Till further notice.
No, we're not gonna go back there.
Why not?
The time difference.
We'll make another. We'll have a Super Rugby team. We'll have a Curry Cup. We'll make another third team, and they will most probably go into the Curry
No,
Cup.
do you know how they messed up Super Rugby?
They took us out. Hello,
no,
you must blame COVID, man.
No,
you mustn't
it's
blame
not even
rugby.
COVID. No, it's a New Zealand rugby selfishness. Here's how this thing
And not the
transpired.
Australians. I would
No,
have thought it was
it's
the
not
other
even
way
the
around.
Australians. It's the New Zealand rugby selfishness because they said, "Look, we're the number one attraction.
At rugby.
Yeah, we're the world's best team. We've won the World Cup twice.
Oh.
We're the number one team. So we can't have the same profit sharing. So we can't share in the same 33 and a third percent for
Percent
everyone.
of
I
everything,
want
yeah,
50% because I'm the one bringing in the numbers.
Until 2019 happened.
No. Remember, wait. Let me finish the story.
Okay.
We folded because we had the Sharks and the Lions and whatever, and our players were going to Europe, so we're not giving that much of a product. When they come here, there's a time difference, the stadiums are not full, and we're not getting the same viewership numbers as they are getting that side. Do you see what I'm saying? So they had the superpowers. I think they took like 60%. We shared with Australia at 2020 or something like that. That's how the profit sharing agreement was. Because remember, all these competitions are all about how we share as a union, how much money we get.
How much money we bring in. Yeah.
So New Zealand was taking the bulk of the money because on those years they were beasting, like, you know what I'm saying?
They were the best.
Yes.
They were
so
the best.
now, based on that confidence, in 2020 when COVID started, they said, we don't need South Africa
Because we can do it
on our own.
on our own.
Because at the end of the day, we're the ones.
So is
bringing money.
this how these Fijian teams come through?
Yes.
So they had to get step rugby.
Yeah. Because I said, okay, it's COVID, so, and South Africa's got an extra year closed up because they opened up, and then we were still closed. Our players couldn't travel out.
That's like a step something, man.
Yes.
A step, whatever. You're not good enough, but we don't mind.
Yeah, we were like, we're carrying you anyway.
Yeah,
Like, we're carrying you. I mean,
we don't mind you pulling through.
yeah, fine. Ne? South Africa, what they did is, okay, they said, okay. They didn't even inform them that they're going to cut them off. They just saw the president of South African rugby, just saw the same way the headline as you and me would have seen, that New Zealand is starting their own Super Rugby competition without being informed.
That's
anything.
fine. That's fine.
Got cut off.
I don't think they were held. They felt heartbroken or.
No, they were. Remember, it's money.
It is money, but
we're losing money for our unions. That money is, which funds our Springboks and everything. So now here's what happened. Luckily, we had a very good president at the time, our chairperson of the whatever. He had started relations with the European side, with the Cheetahs and the
yes, and
the Lions.
yes, Lions and
when they were kicked out of Super Rugby, they played in the top 14 at the time
Yes.
with the European guys. So they had a relationship there. So when we were kicked off, because we had nowhere to go,
So we're just us. We were
We're
orphans.
cut off, like literally.
Rugby
cut
orphans.
off. Yeah, rugby orphans. No one to play. Go play each other in your own country. Do your own nonsense. Here's New Zealand and Australia. We don't enter anyway. It's fine. We kept quiet. This guy's in a desperate motion of saying, shit, we can't have our own teams playing against each other.
Week in, week out. It's not gonna.
It's not gonna be.
Yeah, it's not gonna
How
do
would
us
I approach
any.
those guys in Europe? And that's how the URC came about. That's last year. First season was last year.
Okay, United
Yeah,
Rugby.
Championship. It was created that way. Our boys now had a way to go. Look, when I started watching the URC, I was sitting in my lounge there in the house with nothing to do on a Saturday or on a Sunday. I was entertaining myself watching the Bulls playing in a snow-filled pitch somewhere in Europe.
But it's packed.
It's packed.
It's
like
cold.
packed the rafters.
Cold as hell, but
Okay.
it's packed. Yeah.
Then we start having the Twitter wars. Like, what the fuck are you doing in our competition? Now you guys are degrading our competition. Oh, okay. I'm like, okay, wow. Then I start answering back. Ne? I remember the Stormers lost to Connacht in the first game. In Connacht. In Connacht, yeah. And I'm like, this guys, you guys are fucking useless. Whatever. What the fuck are you doing in our competition? I'm like, okay, wow. It's like that now because now, remember.
So Twitter war is a big thing.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah,
Ooh, it's
Twitter
big,
war
big.
is massive.
Because
Twitter
there's
war
no
is
bad like Facebook.
yeah.
We swear like we.
Go in.
Fuck off.
Bruh, if you're gonna tell me I'm.
Fuck off. I
go
enjoy
in,
Twitter
yeah.
more than Facebook wars because if you go on Facebook, they'll even correct your spelling sometimes if you want to go
On Twitter, it is
Twitter's
what it
like,
is.
No holds barred. Fuck off. Fuck you. Fuck your team. Whatever. You're useless. We're being told those things. When the Stormers and the Bulls traveled overseas, and then it came time for them to come this side. Cape Town Stadium, Loftus, Lions, whatever. The Lions fuck up the Ospreys, and then okay. The Ospreys fans are like, okay, wow.
Knock.
We
here.
We thought they were useless, but they just fucked us up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we fucked them up, and then they fucked us back. Wow, they learned.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's a lot of doing
so
each
we
other.
fucked
there.
them up, and then they got it back. But then at the end of it, when it came to the last 8, 3 of our 4 teams.
Our 4 teams
Yes.
were in the,
Yes.
in the
And then in the semi-final, 2 of the 4 teams. Now there's this team from Ireland, even today.
Leinster.
If you look at the log, they're like 60 points ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
They always beasting.
But
They leave
every
everyone.
time it comes to the finals, they
No
show.
Do you know why? Because all their games, they play them in Europe. They don't come. They've not come to South Africa. Not even once.
Why not?
I don't know. It's like some sort of
Privilege.
Privilege they have as former champions. They beasting. Last year, semi-finals, the Bulls had to play Leinster in Leinster.
Leinster, yeah.
Yes. Then the Stormers had to play Ulster. I think here at home. Yeah. Stormers had a home ground, Ulster. The Bulls go there.
Smash them.
We smash them. Imagine the Twitter
Silly.
war. The number 1 team in Ireland with the Irish Stars, the superstars.
Yeah, the superstars.
Imagine the Twitter war we had after that. Imagine the FUs we were sending out as South African fans. As a Bulls fan, imagine me, myself. I'm the weekend guy, by the way.
So you the guy that was you probably the guy that was probably saying and even typing it out, hey guys, whoever's from Leinster,
remember this thing, ne?
And everything else, nah?
Remember like
your whole family.
Remember this thing goes. You see on Twitter, you've got
I'm not on Twitter, so you should teach me the
but
Twitter thing.
on Twitter you've got notifications, ne? So if someone had commented on something from you from 6 months ago, you can always reverse back.
Go back.
Yeah. So that's what I was doing. Reversing back to that comment you did 6 months ago, replying to that one. Yes, now what are you saying now? Going back to the guy who was dissing me.
And by the way,
Yes, yeah.
And your
all
cousins.
Those people like who were like all the people who were in our cases when the competition started and they were like, we were crap, we were shit, we don't bring nothing. Went back to all of them.
And replied.
Yes, we replied. Thank you very much. What are you saying now? Yeah, that thing aged well.
By the way,
it aged very well. Then what
you
are
and
you
your
now?
even in our South African terms, we're not how like listen here.
Yeah,
Doggy.
and then
If
we just
you
messed
and
up
if
Leinster.
anybody else that you believe in,
We just messed up Leinster in Ireland.
In Ireland,
And they're like, how can you be messed up there? And then it was an all SA final.
Yeah.
All SA
where the
final.
Stormers.
Our first time in the competition, we've been dissed from the end as rejects from the Super Rugby. Our 2 teams are in the final, historic final ever, in Cape Town Stadium, and this boy, the Stormers, won it.
Yeah. I remember.
So imagine how it tilted the scale of world rugby that day, because we said to the New Zealand guys, the New Zealand guys said, "No, you guys are shit. We don't want you.
Then
Fine.
we said, fine.
This guy's
We'll show you
saying
that.
we're not shit. With the value we bring as a nation, as a brand, as
As a
anything.
South African,
Yes, it's not 33% or less than 20% of the value of any competition. When we came into the URC, the viewership jumped to record levels. It has never been seen. The top 14 to whatever it is has never had the same viewership it's had. The attendance in the stadium
was
has
never as big
been in
as
that
what
level.
we have done thus
that's
far.
it.
Yeah.
So we as a product, besides the Springboks, our local teams came into that competition and showed New Zealand and Australia that guys,
Australia,
Yeah.
we can do it.
yeah, we can do it. And you didn't. And I think for me, it showed that you didn't need to kick us off. You could have made a compromise, like tours.
But that's fine. With that said, I hear you when you say we don't need to go back to the Super Rugby, right?
Yeah.
How you've just explained is the fact that they need us more now
Yeah, now.
because of what we have done for World Rugby.
Yes, what we do. So, the respect, and I'm all about that. So it's earned, not given. Our respect is always earned. You see,
It's not given.
because for us, we always come in as always the underdog in any competition. They always regard South Africans as the
Step
bottom.
Yeah, we're the step
bottom
children.
feeders, basically.
Yeah.
We come in and we prove ourselves. We earn the respect. Nobody gives us in World Rugby. Do you see what I'm saying? In any type, because we come from this previously disadvantaged apartheid era. So now we've always had to prove ourselves.
The nonsense era.
Yeah, the nonsense era.
That's
So
a
we've always had to
nonsense
prove
era.
ourselves. And I feel like the value we bring into even the Heineken Cup. The Heineken Cup.
I think the Heineken Cup is just us saying to the English, guys, we're better than you in anything that you bring on.
No, it's not even like that, Peter. It's like saying that we are valuable. We are a valuable country. We're valuable.
Besides our problems,
points.
right?
Yeah. No, in terms comes to sport. We are a valuable nation which brings something, even if all of our players can go play overseas.
That is a problem. With that said, that is a problem. That is a problem. And the sports we bring, but only rugby and cricket are doing this for us.
Yeah, you see, because that now.
Why? You understand where I'm going
No,
now?
yes, I understand. No, hey, where you going? Don't be
Yeah,
going
no,
time.
I'm
No,
just
we
saying,
can't cover that.
Chief,
We can't
you know,
cover that. Chief, we can't go. No, we can't
okay,
cover
no,
that.
it's
Okay.
fine.
Let's talk about.
It's fine.
Michael, let's talk about what you're wearing today.
So
The flag.
Chelsea.
Guys, I think I've got Michael here. Michael, I think Michael knows he can always on the when we do the podcast,
always vouch.
he comes in. I think we should give him a mic. I think on this segment, we don't have enough spaces for him. But Michael is a soccer fan and whatever.
Okay.
And so he can have an input on this one. You know? Peter's wearing the flag, Michael, no? No? Okay, he knows I'm a Chelsea fan. He's an Arsenal fan. Wow.
Whoa. Is he an Arsenal fan?
The rest of the studio.
Listen, can I just go in there? Can I just go in? I'll get back to Chelsea right now, yeah? Can I just go in? Excuse me. You're an Arsenal fan, Michael. Arsenal's not recognized anyway. Arsenal, they can win the FA Cup. Who cares? That's like a Makufe Cup in South Africa.
Wow.
Arsenal and Arsenal fans, all they talk about is the Invincibles, right?
Wow.
The last time that team won, my brother had a little kid. That kid is 19 years old today.
Damn!
That's the last time Arsenal won something and they called themselves the best team in fucking England. Arsenal! They just got knocked out by Sporting. I didn't know that their keeper was a thingy. What's the keeper from Pirates? Bonjani. Ramsdale decided to do Mbonjani on Thursday. Arsenal go and lose.
So they're out of the cup.
They go lose 5-3 to Sporting Lisbon on Thursday. And Michael's sitting here and telling me he's an Arsenal fan.
Michael, you need to speak for yourself now.
Wow.
Arsenal's not good for anything. I nearly fell for it.
Wow.
When Thierry Henry came in there and they were the best thing ever. Henry had to leave Arsenal to go win the Champions League.
Wow. Okay. You. Okay.
Guy,
Okay.
Arsenal is not good for anything. They are not recognized in Europe. In England, yeah, like I said, they can win the FA Cup.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they need to do in England. And I hope, Michael, for your sake, I hope you win the league because you're only going to go embarrass yourself in the UEFA Champions
How far
League.
are they there, by the way? I think they're
They still 5. No, they're 5 points.
eh?
5 points. Listen, they still need to play City again.
Yeah. And then
They still need to play City again. You know what that means? They lose 3 points there. That means they're 2 points ahead, right? They're going to probably go play Nottingham Forest somewhere and play a draw, and City wins.
So
Now,
you're trying to tell me that Arsenal's going to make it? Not, is not
listen,
going to make it.
Arsenal don't deserve anything good. I hate
You're an Arsenal
Arsenal.
hater.
yeah, that's some real haters.
You know Adam hater shit.
I hate Arsenal.
Covered in hate.
Passionate hater there.
I don't like Arsenal. I don't like Arsenal.
You hate Arsenal. with
I don't like-
passion.
But
Why would you love Arsenal?
But
when
listen,
you're a shit
but
fan?
with that said, with my rant over on how shit Arsenal is, I love what Mikel Arteta has done to the team.
No, the question
The
is,
thing
Peter,
is, you
can
all
they do
love
it?
what Arsenal has done to football.
Oh hell no,
The
not
community
football.
As a whole.
He's starting
It's okay,
again.
Fine. You talk about Arsenal.
He's starting again.
Right now, you talk about Arsenal. You're talking about the youngest team in Europe. You understand? The youngest. So when they pull off howlers like on Thursday, expect it. But don't take away the brilliance of that young team. Young blood. 20 what? 24.
You're not winning anything with your young blood.
Wow. Watch what's happening in the league.
That's
Right now,
fine.
you
That
can't
you still
touch
have
that.
to win the
You can't
league.
touch that.
You
can't
still have
touch
to win
that.
the league. For
This is why we do the podcast. on
I'm
the
gonna
weekend,
respect
guy.
you. I am gonna respect
Okay,
you.
How much did Chelsea spend just in the January?
We've got money. We've never had money problems.
Yes,
Chelsea has
it's money. Is it working?
Million.
You went on.
We've
Arsenal
never-
was bidding 60 million for Madrid, right? They go and blow off the budget to sign and prove.
But why are you
that 21
complaining
year
about
old.
money when we don't have money
But
problems?
it's not working.
It's
You
fine.
Buy,
Concentrate
you
on
spend the
Arsenal.
most money.
Concentrate on
It's
that
not working.
insurance fund you call
Arsenal,
a team.
They bring
That's
the team
fine.
from the academy. That's why when Arsene Wenger resigns, right, they go on and make him move. The
Guys-
chief of football relations to say no. What you were doing, we realize the work you put in at Arsenal.
Can I close this
People were
conversation?
just buying-
Can I close this
Don't
conversation?
be under pressure and close the conversation. Don't be under pressure.
That when Arsenal can make it to a UEFA Champions League final and actually win it, you'll start chatting to me as a Chelsea fan again.
But remember, did
What, they lost that game?
so wait, Peter. When you were growing up, were you an Arsenal fan or what? It looks like you changed allegiance.
I
maybe.
nearly fell for it. I mentioned this. I nearly fell for it. I was a Henry fan, dog. With everything that I had.
Yeah.
I trusted that guy.
Thierry Henry.
I trusted
But
him.
Henry
I still love him to date, right?
But Thierry Henry fucked us in the '98 World Cup. Man.
That's fine. I was his fan. I wasn't Arsenal's fan.
You're not even R9 fan.
No, who's R9?
Ronaldo.
Screw R9. bro.
Wow, bro, you hate Ronaldo.
You know who's... for me, Baggio did it for me.
Roberto Baggio.
Baggio and the ponytail did
He
it for
flopped
me.
in the '94.
That's fine. He flopped, but that was my player.
Can't favor flops.
That's fine.
History remembers Baggio as a flop. You know.
And history will never remember Arsenal.
They will.
They will.
How?
Invincible. They're
That's
still
fine,
saying-
and that's-
Chelsea fan, by the way,
they're
but
still
still.
That's all you speak about.
Yes, what you speak about at
Me?
Chelsea, what's so
I've got the World
extraordinary-
Cup. Listen,
what's so
listen.
extraordinary?
Woo, woo, woo.
Nothing.
I've got the World
They
Cup
just
of
buy-
teams.
They just fire managers. They just spend the most money. They brought Shevchenko as the top striker in Europe. They went on to create the biggest flop of Shevchenko. So
What about Torres?
Yes,
No.
Torres won the UEFA for us. What you on about? Hello.
But was he performing?
That he
Come
doesn't
on,
need to
let's-
perform.
Yes.
He
So
doesn't
you
need
see-
to perform.
so
He
you
won
see-
it. That night, that last minute where Torres runs from the halfway line to go score, we won the Champions League. Arsenal has never won the Champions League.
But who's the bigger team? Who's the most decorated team?
Arsenal,
Between
you
the two?
can be-
between the two.
You can be
Chelsea-
decorated as much as you
Yes,
want.
so-
You haven't won
so
anything.
Let's
He hasn't won anything.
Wait.
You still have-
owns two stadiums. You understand?
Wait.
What is
Wait,
Chelsea
Michael.
have. It's
I'm
Chelsea
gonna buy a
have.
stadium and revamp it and call it Chelsea
Peter.
Stadium.
This
Wow.
is guys. This is
Wow.
why. This is why we love the weekend.
Wishes your horses, beggars would ride.
Michael, wait. Okay, this is why we love the. This is why we.
Oh,
Love,
my
this,
word.
this
Michael.
is why we do the.
I don't like Michael anymore, by the way.
No, Peter. Guys, let me put it in here. Guys, this is why we love the podcast. This is why we do the podcast, guys. We want these opinions, guys. Feel free to comment down below whether you support Peter or you support the invisible Michael. But at the end of the day, we just get to have a nice conversation and enjoy our weekend. So please subscribe to the channel, like this video, diss us, crush us, whatever you want. We want that engagement to the channel, guys. So Peter is a passionate Chelsea fan who hates Arsenal, and Michael is the Arsenal fan who hates everyone else. So guys, please support us, subscribe to the channel, guys, man. Let's not hate. Let's continue with the hate and move on to Bafana.
Oh my word.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There I can come in and say, Jesus, wow.
Okay, wait. Before you, I want you to come in, right?
Yeah.
And I want you to speak on Bafana as a South African, born and bred in South Africa, right?
Mm.
And before we touch on, I've got a problem with management, SAFA, and everything else that goes around SAFA, right? I most probably want a job there one day because I think I can change things, right?
Wow.
So,
Job application?
yes,
Application?
please.
It's just been
They
put-
must bring me in. And we had a conversation earlier, and I said to you, I can never go to Germany, and the Germans have got an Italian coach to coach the national team, right? I can never go to Italy, and the Italians have got a Spanish coach to coach the national team. I can never go to Cameroon, which they love doing. Just because somebody speaks French, they bring you in to go coach the national team, right? So I come back to my Bafana, and I say, they tried and tested. They tried and did this. Clive Barker goes and takes the boys. They win the 1996, right? Jomo Sono goes from Burkina Faso, introduces a Benny McCarthy, African,
Yeah.
as on his way to the 1998 World Cup, we decide to go get a Philippe Trousier. A Philippe Trousier. From where? Who's he?
It was French. La French.
So what? Just because we're playing in France, we need a French coach?
Yeah, we can understand the language.
Right? So my point is, when is SAFA going to wake up and realize that we need South Africa for South Africans? As much as every other country will never trust any other nationality to go coach their national team. Why do we do it, and why do we trust it so
I
much?
think earlier on when we had this conversation, I forgot a very big South African who's actually making waves in world football at the moment, which is Bernie McCarthy, and he deserves a round of applause.
Yeah.
Please, even if you hate Manchester United,
Go ahead. Yeah.
We've got two candidates who can coach our country at the moment. It's Bernie McCarthy and this boy. I don't call him a boy. Urulani Mokoena.
Rulani is okay.
Yeah, no pun intended, by the way. So
Pito.
Oh shit, yeah. Pito as well. So
Bring in those
Pito, we've got three candidates. Okay, let me put it this way.
Why-
Three world-class coaches.
Why you? Why?
Why do you have Hugo Bruce?
Listen, no. Leave Hugo alone. Leave Hugo. Hugo was
I
brought in
think
by.
it's a dick, by the way.
Hugo was brought in by those guys at SAFA, right?
Yeah.
I say we
I
bring
still
in.
think he's a dick.
I say, remember, as much as Cristiano left Man United, it's a clash of egos or whatever. I still say, bring in a Pito, bring in a Rulani, bring in a Benny McCarthy, bring in a Bradley Cornell, bring in a Lucas
No, it's
David.
coaching in the US though.
That's
no.
fine. You're not. Listen,
But
to where I'm
this is
going.
yeah.
Bring in top six, like Joachim Low did with the Germans before they won the World Cup. He brought in 5 to 6 players that he used to play with, and said, "Guys, we're going to run the national team. We've got a year to fix this team." This was prior to the Euros, 2 years prior. Euros into the World Cup, right? Germans won the World Cup. If you look at their coaching staff, Joachim Low, they've got that guy. He was a striker for Germany.
There's that guy like
Miroslav Klose was there.
it's a D man. There's a D. The assistant coach. No, it's not Deschamps. It's the
What's
other one.
what's his name?
German. I just forget.
I know who you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
You got, I think, Rudi Voller or something.
Yeah,
You've
Rudy
got,
Fuller was there in the management team. Yeah.
you've got those guys. I've played here. I've been here before, and I'm making waves in the national team.
And some of them were World Cup winners. They've won the
And
World Cup.
some of them were World Cup
winners. Yeah.
Now you get to South Africa, you go get a Belgian by the name of Hugo Broos. Was he in the national team for?
For Belgium, no.
Did he win anything with any team that he coached?
No.
But
No, I think he did well here in Africa somehow.
where?
He did well before we got him.
That's fine.
He
Where?
took Mozambique to some sort of.
That's fine. That's Mozambique. That's our
Yeah.
step-sons or step-daughters.
Yeah.
We bring them in to take care of them. But you bring him in, and before he does anything, he bashes our national league. He bashes the national league and he says there are players in South Africa that wouldn't make third division or fourth division European teams, and yet that guy's your national coach.
It's bad.
The very same guy comes back and says, "Oh no, South Africa, we don't have enough strikers." Dog, we know we don't have strikers. We've never been a nation. The last time we had the brilliant striker was
Philemon Masenga.
Leave-
Tony McCarthy.
okay. Those you're talking class now. May his soul rest in peace, Leslie
Leslie
Manyatela.
Manyatela.
Right? That was top class strikers. Now you're coming back to us and telling us about our problems. Why are you not fixing anything before you tell me about my problems?
Because it goes back. Okay, wait. Sometime. Okay.
I say,
Not inter-
okay.
No, wait.
Okay.
Sometimes it goes back to sometimes as a nation or as an organization, you need a wake up call.
And what is South Africa's? This is Bafana. We mentioned it earlier.
We've got no players good enough to play in the Premier League. Not even one player.
Do we have no players good enough to play in the National League? Or do we have structures that are not making those players to play in the Premier League?
Do you see, I like where you're going, and I'm gonna come back to the truth now. Ne? I'm gonna go back to 96.
Go back.
1996.
Yeah.
AFCON, the final. Ne? Just fine. I'm even gonna technically go into how that team came about. Ne?
Okay.
The 1996 team came about from the apartheid era.
Yeah.
Because we were put back into world football in 1992.
But we couldn't play because...
Yeah, no. But the foundation of 1996 or 1992 was apartheid era football. Go with me, like Dr. Kumalo, when he first started playing, we were playing in apartheid era football, but they were playing like you know.
Yeah. I hear where you're
So,
going.
the backbone of our most successful era in South African football has only come in the apartheid era because of those players, the way they were developed. The football they were playing, the football they were taught, in 1964 guys, was the real identity of South Africa, basically.
Yeah,
Of the
but those
players-
guys couldn't do anything because of the era that we
Yeah,
were
yeah,
in,
but,
right?
but that's where the fundamentals of our football are. That's where our football is. Our football is not the Kasi football is not the trickery we are witnessing today. Kasi football is Orlando Pirates versus Kaizer Chiefs in Dobsonville, whatever.
But
Moroka Swallows.
can I just a little bit there?
Okay.
So you saying Kasi football, right?
No,
And-
no, I'm not saying Kasi football.
No.
I'm saying our identity.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to our identity. So I'm saying to you, Jomosono, Esintsoleng, Kezamdang.
That's 1970 though. That's like before us.
The guys before that.
Yeah.
The guys that Jomo and them grew up watching, right?
Yeah.
Because they still play in the same era
But
technically.
the Kasi is like dead. Is dead or something?
Yeah.
He's dead. Yeah.
You understand? So those guys, Jomo watches his dad play soccer.
Yeah. Kasi Soweto.
Ekasi, Limpopo, you know?
Yeah.
Jomo says, but I can be better, right?
He is.
And he is better than his
He
dad.
is better. He's a beast.
So now, what I want to touch on is we've got that group of Abo, Jomosono, Abo, you know, those guys, that crop. The 1970. Ivan didn't play soccer.
No, Kisa
man.
Mutawong, man. He played.
That 1970 crew
Yeah.
that could beat anybody.
Worldwide. Yeah, worldwide.
Anybody,
Playing
right?
our identity of football.
Playing our identity.
Yeah, like your Buck and Bowers with their identity
Yes.
of football.
Then I go back to SAFA. Why do you bring in a French or Belgian coach or German
because
coach
there's no
to come?
identity. Because remember, and I'm not disagreeing with your point. Ne? I'm saying even our most successful team, even to this day, I'm just comparing today and yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday, the Bafana squad was announced a couple of days ago. There's no Kaizer Chiefs players, which is fine.
That's fine.
Because we whack, whatever.
That's fine.
But going back to the crux of what built up South African football, Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Morocco Swallows, those teams. Now, if you put as a footballer or a football person, investing in investing and believing in the local football we have has taken us to the AFCON 1996 final. We've won it from just coming from apartheid to FIFA.
So you've got...
We've won a big prize by doing it our way.
Our way, right?
Yes.
So you've got 96, right? We won it. We get Burkina Faso 1998, Jomason.
We go semi-final.
We go semi-final. We get knocked out.
Yeah.
Then we've got 2000.
Yeah. There's a plan where we play Egypt in the final, God.
Yeah. There's...
Yeah. We're always there in the top 4.
So the ship starts sinking, right? When we introduce Clark Barker, Jomasono. Who's this guy? He also came in. He's South African.
Here only 98.
Leave
He was the
Philip,
first one.
because he went in 98. After that, we chased him away. We told him to go chuck, right?
Pierre Issa, who the fuck?
Who was Pierre Issa?
Yeah,
That's another topic for another day,
Yeah.
right? So let's go back to the crux of South African football. So I'm saying to you, Dan, I've never played football at the highest. I nearly made Jomo Cosmos, but because of certain things, Jomo decided, nah, you're not ready, right? And that's fine. And Andila, I most probably you haven't heard of it, or I'm going to tell you about it. There was a school of excellence.
No, let's not go there.
I want to go there.
You're wasting money there.
No.
I heard this thing.
We weren't wasting money. Listen to my saying. We weren't wasting money. Sticker comes from there, right?
World-class player.
World-class Everton player, Ajax player,
Yeah.
right? Dylan Shepherd comes from there. We had players like China Masondo, Steve Lekolea, the cracks.
Here's number 10.
The team, our under-23 team that beats Brazil in the final of the Olympics or whatever semi-finals.
McCarthy, Quentin Fortune,
So those boys,
Yeah.
half of them came from the School of Excellence, right?
Steve Lekolea was there.
And Safa, for some odd reason,
We died.
decide
Safa,
we're
dying.
gonna do away with the School of Excellence. We are no more gonna sponsor them. We are no more gonna put boys in there. We are no more gonna do, and we're expecting the current crop of South African players that we say belong in an academy. What academy are you talking about? Sundowns is concentrating on Sundowns first team players.
Yeah, they're not. No, there is no.
What academy are we talking
It's
about?
dead.
And now we go back and let's go into politics. You get the South African government that decides we're going to do away with physical education at school.
And I enjoy that.
Bruh,
When I was school,
you and I grew up in an era where I know for the next, 2 hours or an hour, I've got
day.
physical
On certain
education.
day, yeah, we did it. We did wrestling at some point. We did
I know
wrestle,
Tuesday and a Thursday I'm staying at school because I've got school sports.
Yeah. After school, the rugby and stuff. And
Now our government decides we're going to take away physical
But you
education.
can't take away that. I didn't even know that. And
They took it away. They took it away.
There's no after school rugby.
So
practice and
now, in order for those things to happen, in order for Peter to play hockey, in order for Andila to play rugby, in order for Mike to play soccer, you know,
Rugby, you mean? Mike is a rugby.
rugby, boxing, you know, in order for me to do that, I need to find an outside club.
Huh?
So I need to leave school. Only private schools are doing
But I'm
that.
turning into England, Moscow.
Only private schools are doing that. Only your elite government schools are still having your sports, are still having your extramural activities as sports. Why is it that we go back to the location and we don't have Peter Mshati Primary School playing against Andilo on a Thursday
Of
or
course,
Wednesday?
those used to be epic. That we grew up on
But
rugby.
why don't we have it now? Why
Like,
don't we have it?
We grew up. I don't know. I'm not into the. I'm not.
No, I don't know as well. You and I haven't got the paperwork or the
What's going
research
on?
or
Physical
whatever.
Sports are no longer there. Like,
But
they're dying off.
that I know for a fact because my mom's a teacher.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that they don't do it anymore.
There's no athletics. There's no inter-schools.
Have you seen? Whoa! Now that you're touching on that, have you seen Kasi Athletics versus Gamla Athletics? The difference?
I think we need to do some research on that, Peter.
Let's do some research on that. I will show you horrific things, Dudley.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Let's do some research.
Because remember, that's the crux of my sister used to be like an athlete. Yeah.
Let's do some research on that. We'll have this topic again.
There is that thing, man, on Supersport, that inter-school, but those are like elite
Yeah.
schools. That's elite
But
school.
that's what? Do you see Mashabela Primary School
No,
competing
we
in
don't
those?
see- No,
No.
we don't. No, we don't.
That's what? That's 5 years back, 6 years back. You won't
No, we
see
don't.
such things.
You don't.
Do you
No, we
see
don't.
secondary Manyamela secondary competing with St. David soccer?
I think then
You don't see it. You know why you don't see it? Because our Kasi boys will whip those boys so badly that they will stop playing soccer.
Of course, I mean, you can't compare.
Exactly.
You can't compare.
So,
You can't compare Stain City versus Soweto.
but did you see our Minister of Youth? We
can't
can
go
move on.
there. I don't
No,
want to
we
go
can
there.
move on.
I don't want to go there. No, I
we
want to
can
go
move
there.
on. We can move on. We can move on.
Wow, I want to touch on what we grew up on, and this is important to educate the young ones. Bloemfontein Celtic, we grew up on that. They killed it, but it looks like it's coming back.
So,
Suwelele, you see the crowd
is it Chakuma that's wearing the
converting,
converting into
They are in the
Suwelele?
process of converting.
So-
Because you see the fan base though filling up the.
So they played. I think they played some game.
two games now.
Two games
the
at
Bloemfontein.
Bloemfontein.
And the whole lower tire of the stadium was filled.
Can
up
I go
with
into
people.
politics again?
No. Don't.
Can I?
No.
Just a little bit.
No, we're not.
Politics into sports.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay,
No,
let me
don't
just
do
take it into sports.
Don't put us there.
So
Otherwise
I'm
we-
saying. Whoa.
Okay.
Let's do it
I
this
don't
way.
want to trend.
It's fine. We here to talk sports.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, wasn't there a businessman of some sort around
There was.
Bloemfontein?
There has been.
There's been lots, right? Why couldn't that guy come up with your Andile dog? I've got
50 million.
Don. I've got 100.
100 million.
I've got, and I know for a fact you've got 50.
No, because remember, Bloemfontein is a white state. The cheaters will never drown. The cheaters will never drown.
You took it there.
Because the farmers are there. The
You
cheaters
took
will
it
never
there.
drown. Yeah, the cheaters will. But Bloemfontein Celtic, hey.
But
yeah.
you took it there.
Hey, Mara.
But
you are
everybody-
taking us there. But that's the problem. We need to go
Everybody
there.
in Bloemfontein, location in La Bloemfontein, Maselesele, I support the Bloemfontein Celtics. Let's put it that way.
Of course, but now you're forcing us to put in subtitles right now.
But that's fine. Swelewele,
Yeah.
all their fans,
Yeah.
Basapota, Swelewele, right? And Bloemfontein Celtics is the only team that I can think of, top of mind, that the people that stay there support Bloemfontein Celtics.
Yeah, they do. With
Right?
passion.
It's not a matter of I stay in Joburg now, I'll decide whether I'll support Swallows, Pirates, or Sundowns, or Kaizer Chiefs.
I'm glad that the Bloemfontein Celtic is coming back to life. It's like when Morocco Swallows came back to life. It's like the origins of our football. At the end of the day, in football, you need rivalries. You go to Bloemfontein, it's a hectic atmosphere. You go to Tembisa, Jomasono, hectic atmosphere.
Used to.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Dube.
Swallows.
Because, yeah, back in the day, that's what it was.
Mm.
Go to Dube.
Orlando,
Pirates, yes,
Orlando.
you go to Orlando and you go to Naturena. It's not Naturena anymore. But the crux of the matter is that for us to grow our football and not to lose the essence of our football, we need to revive our
Hence I said earlier, before we went on the break, Celtics, Bloemfontein Celtics, and the Faithful is made up of Bloemfontein people and the Faithful. So the only time as a guy from Joburg I'd go to Bloemfontein is to go and enjoy the atmosphere in Bloemfontein.
Yeah.
Bloemfontein Celtics is playing Pirates. I'm there from Friday, I leave Sunday. Because I want to enjoy the football, right? Now, people that have come in to try own the team, to try take over what Bloemfontein Celtics was, they need to go back to the Faithful and ask what the Faithful need.
And you know, I'm just talking about make it like more broader. The NBA, for example.
Yeah.
if you buy the Charlotte Hornets, Charlotte, that's a team for the people of Charlotte.
Charlotte.
They fill up the arena.
The people
because
of
they've got a
Charlotte.
Team.
Yes.
You brand the team around the people. They buy the merch. They buy the
That's
tickets
it.
coming into the stadium every night. You make money just from the people supporting the team.
Team.
Tina, we don't have that element. We want
No.
to go play Kaizer Chiefs, fill up Moses Mabhida, and then like I've made money. This is my budget.
That's because you know Durban people support Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, and as the weekend guy, I'm actually going on a mission to encourage us as South Africans. We build our own culture.
Yes, straight up.
Make it like a travel to Cape Town to watch the Stormers. It's like a culture we build. Make it like to go to F&B. As I'm not talking about an era of like us with the young, like my kid, 3-year-old kid. I want him to appreciate going to Orlando Stadium, watch Pirates play versus Chiefs, for example.
Yeah.
Which does not happen because it's not allowed. They can only play at F&B.
B.
So I take my kids and say, guys, no, listen. As much as we all love European football, there's this element we have. Culture, tradition.
In South Africa.
Yes, like me, I've got the full. I'm a Chiefs fan. I've got the full regalia Chiefs. Like I watch Chiefs in my house. My wife knows it. My kids knows it. I sit there and I create my own weekend and I full regalia, which is gonna be. You'll see me wearing my regalia. I've got the full Chiefs regalia, enjoying it at home.
In England, actually, if you are a Chelsea fan,
Yeah.
You cannot.
You can't buy an Arsenal jersey.
But that's what you won't find it in the stores. And that's what I'm saying. We are lost in. I'm from Joburg. I've got 4 teams to choose from. Super Sports United, Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, make it 5. Pirates, Swallows.
Yeah.
But now what you are saying is, but Dube, let's go support Swallows.
Yes.
Orlando people, let's go support
Pirates. Yeah.
right?
And we make it like a culture.
A culture
of like no, bro. Like
Orlando today is black because Orlando Pirates is playing. But we lost in South Africa. South Africa is a lost.
No, it's fine.
Nation.
We lost. It's not that we lost, but remember, there's a generation coming after us, né? Which is like caught up in Mapiano or whatever. But at the end of the day, they're gonna become adults. They're gonna become both children as well. The culture will always be there. In terms of saying us, it's up to us, me and you, sitting in front of wherever we're sitting and discussing whatever we're discussing. But the crux of the matter is that we need to create our own culture, which is what I do as the weekend guy, for example. I create my own culture, what I do on the weekend. I determine what I do on the weekend because I'm creating my own thing. I don't have to go to a club and whatever. I can create my own culture and say, okay, listen, guys, Kaizer Chiefs is playing Pirates. I put on my
You put on in full. But
I buy the Henny, I buy the whatever, but sitting in
But with that said, wouldn't you say the problem now becomes the whole sports culture in South Africa?
Yes, that's what we need to build.
But you'll see that, and again, unfortunately, soccer is one of the
It's on the ESP.
the how do I
The
put
what?
it?
There is no the because I go to the Blue Bulls game.
You see, that's white culture.
If you go,
A blue buller is a blue buller.
No,
in
wait,
the white
wait,
nation.
Wait. If you go into the ANM Group Media, which is everyone should subscribe to get this podcast and to support us as a channel. If you go into the ANM Group Media website, there's a video there where I took my wife, who's never even seen rugby
That's fine.
in
That's
her
you out of
entire
how
life.
many? That's you out of how
I
many
took
people?
my wife to the Blue Bulls game in Minota Loftus Versfeld, but she enjoyed it. There is a clip of her saying, "This is nice.
Yes.
It's something to do on a weekend."
Yes, I agree.
Why can't we have that culture and
But
say,
how many other people are taking their wives or girlfriends
"This
or
is what we
anything?
need to do"? Because the only reason I got exposed to it is because I researched it. But some other people, when they see it from us, they're gonna say, "Shit, there is something else to do than other than going to the other sport. Let me try something because we're not all the same."
Other than partying, why don't you put it like that? There is other things to do other than partying.
Other than partying, guys, subscribe to the channel, watch that episode, and you'll see what I'm talking about, man. You need to have alternative sources of fun, not sport, not something else, not camping, because everyone can go. I'm just trying to a different mentality.
Guys, dads out there, start cooking. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we cook. I cook as well.
Learn how to cook. Make
You can
your
go to the channel and
normal-
see me
Yeah,
trying my
just-
10 out at beef stew. I tried it. I'm not that good, but I learned something. And I drank some Hennessy while doing it. No problem. Yeah, bro. Okay. That's gonna cut off the edit. There is this captain of ours who just scored another 100 yesterday.
Ooh.
Let's give him a big one there.
I'm looking for something.
Another
I'm looking for
100.
something.
You
I
can look.
I sent you something earlier on. I don't know if you found it, but I'll find it just now.
Kill my battery here on the phone.
That's fine. I'll find it just now. Okay, there we go. I found it. So Temba, my beautiful Temba, and Andile, we need to work around this. So here we are. So let's go back. Yes, Temba for us. Temba versus England, January 2023.
Okay.
Scores 109, right? Scores 109. They were playing 2023 versus England.
Okay.
He scores 109.
No, that's like a few weeks ago, isn't it?
January, I said January 2023, right? Temba versus West Indies. In March, he scores 172. This is for the test team, right? Temba, West Indies, a couple of days ago, March again, scores a 144 in the one-day series. My problem, not really a problem, does Temba have a mental block? I love the guy. I love him.
No.
I love him as a sportsman.
I
love him as a South African cricketer, and I love him because he's black.
But
And
remember,
he's captain of our team. But Temba, my question is, does Temba have a mental block?
okay, you see the word mental block is a bit technical.
Why?
Because some of us, mental block, you can always get over it, like easily. Just chuck one
Champion,
out.
here it is, 172. Before that, he gets a duck.
Maybe it's
and scores a 172.
Remember, Peter, maybe it's because I don't want to go too technical, but mental blocks, like we're creatives in some sort of element, one or the other. Yeah. I'm a business creative. Sometimes just need to chuck one out. Everything gets back to normal, maybe.
So, yeah, I love the way you put it. Chuck one out.
Just chuck one out.
So Temba says to the South African people that love him, he says to us, guys, I will score a duck. Well, it doesn't decide. That's how he was bold to, right? A duck, and I'll score 172. And I ask my friends around the cricketing world, gents, what's going on with Temba? And guys are like, nah, the man's just fine. The man's fine, but the man's getting ducks. Because you and I are going to bash him after the duck, right? So now does Temba sit back and say, Ish, Andile and Peter were having a shit show because of my performance? What I'm trying to find out is what Temba going through, what the South African national team goes through every time they choke.
So, Peter, I'm going to say this as a closer guy.
That's fine. You can. Yeah. Please go in as a closer man to
I'm gonna
Temba.
go a bit of Vinek.
On Temba.
Yeah.
On Temba.
I'm gonna
this is
go
just
in
for me.
Vinek and say, and this will need some subtitles.
That's fine.
Look, Temba, ne, needs to just chuck one out. That's all I'm gonna say. Nothing beyond that, boy. If you're under stress, just chuck one out. That relieves a lot of things. It's a reboot.
Oh,
Does he have a girlfriend?
that's something I don't know. I've never. I know Temba's a cricketer. I don't know anything else.
He's
besides,
always overseas. Maybe something was wrong at home. We don't know. But hey,
but that's what I'm saying. You can't bring it to the field.
dude, release the nut. The nut will make you focus better.
That's fine. But I am saying, a Temba cannot say.
What if no. What if now he's in a hot streak of form because he's got a new girlfriend?
I love Temba. Listen to what I said. I love Temba. But Temba is playing around with me as if I'm his side chick. If Temba scores a 0, I feel bad. Why?
Nah, but losing us the T20 World Cup and we like favorites, that's fucking... Sorry, no language. That was bullshit. That was traumatizing.
Who lost that? Is it Temba or is it the team?
It's his leadership. It's one of the boys. You know the way he talks.
Congratulations to the South African Proteas ladies, anyway, for getting into the semi-finals.
Of course, like
Yeah.
last year, we've never
reached.
made.
We've never.
It's like the rugby. Have you seen the? Have you seen this thing? Sorry, not to cut you off. The sponsors are not sponsoring the ladies team.
But why?
'Cause
That's
they
a problem again. No, that's a problem. Again, that's a problem. Who's gak?
The ladies team,
Which one?
the rugby team. I'm just saying that all the sponsors
But-
are sponsoring the men,
Listen.
not the ladies. But in cricket, all the sponsors are sponsoring the ladies and not the men because the men are gak.
With that said, the South African rugby ladies team will get all the money because it's a white man's sport.
What? I disagree with that.
Why?
No.
Why?
No, Peter, Peter.
Why?
Bro, we passed that level in South African rugby. Dude, you're killing us.
Rugby is a white sport
No,
in South
it's
Africa.
not.
Why? Because
No.
Sia won the World Cup for us.
No, it's not even that.
Why?
Because we've gotten past those things.
No, we haven't.
We have.
No, we haven't.
Peter, I disagree.
Have you been to
what?
Paul Boys?
It's an afforance thing that you,
Listen to me. I am not fighting anything. I am not arguing with anybody. Have you been to Great College, Bloemfontein?
it's still the same. It's money.
So, with money, doesn't it make it a white thing? Because
No, it's not.
Then what does it make it?
No, it's not.
We have to
In life,
Earned.
no.
Earned,
Peter.
not given.
You're gonna hear me? Yes, earned.
Earned, not given.
Yes,
Exactly.
you need to earn it.
And we prove ourselves. Why does the South African team not have a white player in it?
Because
Why does Bafana Bafana not have a white
it's
player
a
in
good
it?
question. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah?
This is gonna be in.
Okay, something
Why does
happened, yeah?
So
Utemba is done us, but I don't want to jump onto the bandwagon.
why not?
Consistency. He's average. What is betting average in tests?
We'll get the stats.
It's like 0, something. I think.
That's fine. We'll get the
Should be
stats.
0.something.
All I'm saying is from this one.
Graham Smith average over 50
All I'm saying is from this 144 from the previous few
in
days.
East London.
He
On
must.
on a small pitch. It's a small pitch in East London.
That's fine.
Small stadium.
He'll give us another 144.
Let's see then.
Let's put pressure on Timber. Timber, Peter here, one of your biggest fans. Please subscribe and give me a 150, doggy. Please give me a 150 so that I can come back to this guy and tell him that Timber gave me a
I
150.
still maintain what I maintained when we lost the Australian World Cup.
You blaming the wrong person. That's why there's 11 players on
He
the
was
field.
El Capitan.
That's fine.
He was El Capitan.
That's fine. So what are you trying to say? In the France World Cup thing, you lost the game. Lloris lost
Like
the game
when
for.
Eldon Donald lost us
Yup.
1999
Let's move
Cricket World
on.
Cup.
You touching or you opening up swords here?
Oh, Stephen Lackham drop goal.
Yeah,
he created those historical moments of us losing shit.
You hurting me.
No.
You hurting me. You hurting my insides. Lance
Created a moment
Krusner,
of us losing shit.
Lance Krusner and Ellen
Oh
Donald
my
did a
God.
number on us.
Wow, shit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Can't go there.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
All right. At least on a positive note, on a positive front as well. Kagiso is almost at 300
At 300 wickets.
300 run wickets.
Wickets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember, he's following after the great.
Yeah, but Kagiso's been like consistent.
And he's following up on the footstep tread by Hortman, Numakai, and Tini.
Of course.
Much respect to that.
Yeah, so Kagiso, I think Kagiso has always been that one guy that you can close your eyes and say, ask a kid in grade 1, who's your favorite black bowler? And he'll say Kagiso Rabada.
At this kind of stage, like
At
us.
this time.
Ellen Donald.
But for you and I, we've had
It's
your Ellens,
Donald,
we've
Makaya
had your Fanny de
Intene,
Villiers,
Fanny,
Makaya.
Makaya Intene,
I love that boy. I used to love him to bits.
Mondezondek.
Ozondeki, Ololnabo,
Tsotsobe,
Tutsobo.
yeah.
I mean, I love those guys. So Kagiso has got those people to look.
You know, let me tell you a story with Mondezondeki when he was deputy head boy at Dell Junior. At Dell Junior. I was there, I was in Sana 2.
Yeah,
Grade
Dell,
10.
Mondezondeki. Yeah, the
So he's the
boys.
first person I saw.
Yeah, he's a boy, and you're to the boys' boy.
First time I saw him, like I was like, because I think the first assembly of the year, That's when they elect the deputy and the head
And
boy.
the head boy.
And head boy. So my first assembly in Dale Junior
That's who you
was
saw
seeing Umonde
getting anointed.
being deputy head boy, and I'm like, remember I come from a Casa school, so I'm
like,
what
yo,
the fuck
what is
going
happening
on?
here?
And I'm like, I
What is
didn't
happening
know
here?
What the hell was going on? But I was in grade standard 2.
Yeah, but you saw a boy's boy,
I saw,
man.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
and then
a
they
boy's
left because
boy.
it was Orange Standard 5
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
So he left already, and then my Clome, he
Yes.
was there in the next, but he was never high school. He was there, but
Okay.
then they left for high school as well. So that's how my biggest memory of remembering every time I see him, Umond,
It's
like
that.
him being deputy head boy. I'm like, this guy. And then he went on to beast in high school in cricket and rugby as well. Was a beast. And then he went on to beast for the Proteas as well.
Yes.
But every time I saw him on TV bowling, I'm like,
This guy.
the first time I saw him was
This
him
guy, I know you,
being
man.
deputy
Yeah,
head boy.
yeah.
Well, and like I think on Instagram he's busy posting his pictures from back in the day.
This is where I'm from.
Yeah, like yesterday.
This is
he
where I
posted
started.
A picture of him is was like in standard 2 or something. Like
Wearing the
age
same-
I saw him when he was in
Same
deputy
uniform?
head boy. Yeah, no, in same school.
Same uniform, everything.
Yeah, but he's in athletics game.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm like, every time I see the Rodman, I'm like, the first time and it's like in the similar age group as my older brother.
No hot
Yeah.
ones should come through, man.
I'm like, fuck.
Because you know them on that
Yeah,
level,
I'm
they
like,
should
okay,
just
like, it's a familiar face.
they
you
should
know
just
what I-
grace us, you know.
Wow,
Just say
yeah,
hello.
yeah, hello.
Hey, how you doing? Andile.
Utamai should
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
like a sport fanatic. I was even looking at his Insta yesterday. He's
No,
like,
he is. He's a big boy.
He's like, he's on the thing. I was watching the Super Rugby game.
Mm.
Someone asked him on Twitter, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "No, I'm doing the Crusaders versus
The Blues game. Yeah.
Plus, I feel like he's like mature. He's got the kids, the adopted kids. He's got, I think,
Yes, he's got-
two kids.
yeah,
two
yeah.
Kids, So in future,
Oh, Tamai. You call him Tamai.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Because it's like older.
Oh, wait.
In
Oh,
Xhosa,
wait.
if someone's older.
Older, you always refer as Da.
Yeah.
Right,
So
okay.
we wanted to come through.
Yeah, tell him to come through, man. I'm sure he.
We'll hustle and get him.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind coming to
You
Prince.
wouldn't
Or we're
mind.
going to go to his house.
Or we go
and
visit
smoke
him.
cigars because I'm also an avid cigar smoker.
Okay.
Like,
I think you should
the
get somebody
passion.
in here.
yeah. So we'll go. I think it should be better if we go to his house, then we can smoke cigars and doing the podcast. at the same
Okay.
time. So
That should work.
yeah. I think that's where I come in then because there's the F1 now.
You a big boy. I'm gonna let you take this one.
Yeah, I think I'm
I'll
the
comment
F1.
on what Louis Hamilton and their slow car. That's fine.
Shit.
Then you've got Max. Max is on the
Engine.
high.
Okay, here's what
Is
I
he
think. Here's
injured?
what I think. Here's what I think, man. I think F1 is going to come back to an entertaining sport, not be a one-man game.
Because?
Based on what happened yesterday.
What happened?
They blew an engine. Max blew an engine. Or gearbox, whatever.
So
The parts.
it's Mercedes, right?
Yeah, Red Bull.
Red
Max is
Bull.
Red Bull. And then,
Red Bull. Yeah, Mercedes is Louis.
Yeah, we
And
like
Leclerc
Ford
is
Fasters,
Ferrari, you know?
whatever. But Mercedes,
So-
here's how the F1 season works.
Okay.
The first 5 races, right, it's like a development time. Then in Europe, there's a summer or winter break, like
Break.
a 2-week
Yes.
break.
2-week break.
Then there's when they get time to actually assess what had happened in the first 5 races, and then they go into wind tunnel. But that's limited for time. So the first car from last season, the champion, gets less time than everyone to develop his or her
what-
car.
okay.
Yeah, his car. There's no hers. The car. So for the 2-week break, they're gonna get there's the wind time tunnel where the wind it's called a wind tunnel. Wind tunnel where they generate the artificial wind to test the car.
To test the car, yeah,
It's
yeah.
limited as per how you finished last season. So if you finish first, you get less because you were the most powerful.
Finish last.
You get more time than everyone because you were the least powerful.
Okay.
To develop your car, basically. Yeah? Then they bring in developments which they've gotten from the tunnel in Italy in the 5th or 6th race. They bring in the new developments they've been having. So everyone brings in the developments because that's the time they have to develop the car. So the thing is but even throughout the season you get limited on certain parts, so you can't blow up an engine and put in another one
No, you can't.
because of the cost cap.
Yeah.
You can't blow
You
up
can't.
a gearbox and put in another
And then
one.
put-
You only
yeah,
got
yeah.
limited to 2 gearboxes and so on.
And you have to use those ones.
Those ones, yeah. So the season is 23 races.
Okay, wait. Okay, sorry. So what if I blow an engine? Like you said, Red Bull blew an engine,
Yeah, you
right?
blew an engine.
So
for
they're going to
four-
put it,
for the
they're going to
season.
put in, oh,
A
they've
new
got
one.
4 engines.
4 engines,
So
yeah.
one is down.
Down now.
So they left
Nah,
with 3.
no, yeah, 3.
So they're going to put in this engine
Yeah.
in and test it when?
Test it. No, don't test it. You put it in and play. Plug and play.
Yeah.
You replace it.
Wash and wear.
Yeah. But if you replace like a crucial element of a car, like a electronic or a battery of the car, you get the next race. So if you blow up a battery this race, the next race you get a penalty. 10 races, 10 spots down, regardless of how you qualify.
But how's that your fault?
It doesn't matter. That's how the race is. That's because they want to make it fair for everyone. How you manage your equipment.
How you manage your
because
equipment
remember, you
is...
can power your car
Yes.
or for this track.
Yeah.
Performing like crazy.
But
which is
for the next one,
track, yeah.
I hear you,
It's level out the playing field.
I hear you.
So
I hear you.
yesterday, Max blew something on his car. Like, it's not an engine, but it's like a gearbox element. It's not a crucial element, but it's like short.
But he blew it.
So F1 is like that. How you can manage your car, consistency throughout the 22 years.
Throughout the season.
Yeah. So you can beat in one race, beat everyone by 1 second. Next race, you come back, you're flopping. Do you understand?
So is that the
It's
reason?
level.
So is that the reason why Mercedes has been doing so bad?
The reason why I've been doing so bad, okay, I call weak when Mercedes bad.
Oh, you're a Mercedes
Benz
fan.
yeah.
Okay.
It's because we were champions for 7 years or 8 years in a row. 7 years.
And you don't
7
maintain
years
anything.
7 years drivers and 8 years constructors. Now imagine for the last 7 years,
We haven't had any problems.
it's been boring. No, not necessarily. If the same person's gonna win every race, it becomes
Boring.
like standouts.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Boring.
Becomes boring if one car is always winning the races. It becomes boring, like what's happening now already. It's boring because Max was dominating last year. Because remember, in any sport you need competition to make it interesting for the fans, to make us bet.
Yes.
So what's gonna make me bet on Kaizer Chiefs winning the league if I know Sundowns has been dominating
It's
for the last
done.
6 years? There is no intrigue in sport because the only reason we watch sport is to be intrigued and want to bet, put our money there.
The fact that sports is erratic is why you want to watch
so
sports.
if it's predictable all the time, same person is winning all the time, it gets boring. So they changed the
PSL,
sport for that.
yeah.
Yeah, PSL is like that, going that direction.
Yeah, it's there. It's there.
F1
already.
was on that direction, so they changed the regulation and said, guys, no, it's boring. So let's change it up, get the cars performing this way. So from that bottom to this Red Bull era, it's been boring because they've been winning.
So
everything.
now what you're saying is the era that happened, Max blowing the engine or whatever he did.
No, that's what yesterday. I'm saying even before that. It was Lewis dominating for 7 years, which was boring.
So
They
now
changed
it's
it up.
Max's.
Max won. First season he won. And then, the final season of the boring era, Max took over.
Took over, yeah.
Then now, last season, he took over. And then now this season, we are one race in. But based on the first race, he was like a second like ahead of everyone. 1 second in F1 is like a big deal.
Where's the
The
finals?
gap between
Where are we?
next year in...
What race are
second
we in
race now
today?
to today. Second race.
Which race is that?
It's Saudi Arabia. We're in Bahrain last one.
So who normally takes it?
Red Bull, they're going to take it.
So with him blowing the engine, he'll also
It
take
starts-
this one?
Starting on 15th. But he can start from 15th and blow everyone away. That's the thing.
Do you see that happening?
No. I don't.
So-
I'm hoping not.
So
Because if you're
I haven't
racing
heard.
person, if you
I haven't
bet-
heard anything about Ferrari in the
Because
longest
Ferrari,
time.
they changed the engine. They've got reliability issues. Ferrari has got a reliability issue, even from last season. They've got a race strategy. So Ferrari's got a big issues. They're not contenders, but they've got a quick car though.
And what's happening with Louis?
Oh my God. So here's the thing. There were 7-time champions. Driver, 8-time champions in a row. The boring people.
Construction.
So they didn't have enough time. Because remember, if you win the championship, you get the least time to develop your car throughout the season. Ne? So from the rule changes came in, they were the least because they were behind. If you dominate, you become behind on the change. We're still recovering from that. But they wanted to be unique. They developed a new concept, a car different from everyone else. Which has been flopping the entire of last season. Ne? Which is fine.
So Hamilton.
He's been flopping all of last
So
season.
my question is, do you think he should have retired? while he was
It's-
still on a high?
It's a bit of a complicated question. That the answer is a bit complicated.
Because he's still young?
It's like why did Lukanyo give Mapimpi that last pass in 2019 World Cup final?
Because the boys had to be the boys.
No, it's not that.
What?
It's because Mapimpi was going to score the first ever try for the Springboks in a World Cup final. That's how they won that's how Mercedes-Benz won the 7 championships in a row, because they had an infinite budget. Yeah, well, so they could fix their problem with money, put in infinite budget. So meaning,
So where's that money now?
it's not there. They can't spend it. It's there,
But they can't spend it.
Yeah, they can't, because it's not going to be fair. So we all have the same budget, basically.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
we
pretty
use it.
much. We've all got
Yeah.
100 rand.
So yeah.
How are we using it?
Yeah, so this is how. But now the problem starts is how the hell is Red Bull using it? Because now they seem to be. You can't be in F1 in any history of F1. You can never be a second in front of the next guy. 1 second is a lot of time in a racetrack. So this is what the whole cheating thing comes in. How are they doing it?
Yeah, but questions are going to be asked.
How are
Not
they
now,
doing it?
but questions are going to be
How are they
asked.
doing it? So this is.
We don't know.
unfair
Nobody
because-
knows. Like-
Because remember, I think the biggest drivers in any sporting scenario are the betting companies. Because that's how they make the money.
Money, yeah.
Yeah. So English Premier League have got the teams have got a Sunbet or something. on their-
Sunbet,
on their-
Betway,
on-
whatever. Yeah.
Because that's how sport, the unpredictability nature of sport. is
Match
like
fixing.
gambling. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? The people who put money in sport are the gambling people. It's not you and me watching.
Yeah,
TV.
no, it's
Yeah, the
not.
people gambling on a game. You understand what I'm saying?
And
They're
we do
the
not
ones that bring
promote
money into a sport. So
gambling,
if you have
yeah,
a
yeah.
sport now which is rigged, it's not fair for the average better.
Average better.
Yeah. So that's the issue with the whole F1
Okay.
scenario.
I
going
hear
on
you.
there,
I hear you.
So let's talk about what happened yesterday morning with the UFC.
Usman.
Yeah, I think I put money there. I think I lost money there. I had put money on him winning. I put money on him winning.
For the fact that the fight went to judges,
And yeah, to a decision.
decision, split, whatever, for me, that always says, we just talked about rigged, match fixing, and whatever. Match fixed.
But normally,
Match fixed.
wow.
Usman was the best for the longest time, and
No, let's talk about yesterday's match.
yeah,
How
yesterday.
did he do?
Let's take the fact that yes, Edwards came in when Usman first
Fighting
lost
at
his.
home.
You understand? When Usman first lost to him, right? And he knocked him out previous
Yeah,
time.
that was like a lucky kick though.
Yeah, I catch you on the
Yeah,
right
catch
hand
him
side. I hit you
leaning.
on
You caught him leaning.
on the what temple or
Yeah, no,
whatever.
caught me on the chin.
Yeah, knockout. Yesterday's fight, Usman pound for pound. Personally, this is from my
Yeah, experience. Yeah,
my
What you saw.
experience. Pound for pound, Usman is there. Pound for pound, Usman is there. And now you go to the judges. Who's judging that fight? What grudge do they have
Where are
against
they?
Usman?
Where are they exactly?
Where
In
are
UK.
Who's judging? You understand what I'm saying?
So you see, from my perspective, sorry not to interrupt. If I was a fight promoter wanting to grow the sport in England, because we're fighting in England, and it was convenient for us because we could watch it on Saturday, not on Sunday morning like we normally do. I feel like Edwards needs to win that fight.
Of course, you
Go
need to
a
make the
fourth
money.
fight and make more money.
You need to make more money.
And make more money.
But that hence I'm saying, from my side, pound for pound.
if it goes to the judges, the champion wins.
What? The champion always takes it.
Unless the champion does not sleep. If the champion sleeps, then he's
Bruh,
lost. But otherwise, if he does not
in
sleep,
a
he wins.
championship fight, and the champion and the match goes to the final round, and the champion's not knocked out, the champion always
Wins.
takes the fight.
Yeah.
Had Usman knocked him out,
Yeah, had
judges-
the challenger done something.
listen, the judges, you sit there and he's like,
There's
hey,
no-
gents, there's
there's
nothing we can do.
Disqualified.
Yeah.
You understand? You can't even call it DQ because he did everything clean.
Yeah.
But because it went down to the judges,
Judges.
and
The champion
pound-
must.
the-
Plus, take into account where is he fighting. And
yeah,
who-
I'm at home.
Yeah.
And now my people are here.
Yeah.
And now my hey guy, we need the third fight. It's gonna be the third fight. Lost the first one, lost the second one. He's the top contender for the third one.
I think knowing Usman and how he's done it, the environment and so on played a factor in the fight. But there is going to be a fourth fight. They've done four fights before.
They've done 4.
Yeah, they've done.
This was the second one.
No. I mean, the UFC has done 4 fights.
Oh yeah, of the same.
Of the same people. Yeah. two
People,
two
yeah.
people. So if the result is really goes down to the
Yeah,
wire,
no, this result was just another,
Was
just
it
like
another-
pound for pound.
Yeah.
We in England, Edwards, come on.
Now,
So
I think there's the next one coming up.
there's a
The next one
287.
coming up. 287, yeah.
UFC 287,
And
yeah.
Easy is on the card.
Stylebender.
He doesn't make it.
Stylebender
Does not.
Listen, Stylebender lost the
Beat that
previous.
guy. He's lost 3 in a row now. He's lost 2 in kickboxing. He's lost in MMA.
And I agree. The you said who is he fighting?
Pereira. Yeah, Alex Pereira.
Pereira is
Brazilian.
big, nah?
Yeah, that guy's huge.
Huge.
He can take a punch,
Can take a punch, not as quick.
but still the power and if he lands.
If
He lands.
If
He landed
That's
last
a-
fight. Last fight he landed clean.
yeah,
like-
but that's a
He fucked him up.
That's a big if. That's a big if.
He landed. If he increases the intensity in the fight and connects with him, even on the body, who easy takes it and he's like, "Fuck, I'm fucked." He's
Fine,
been
fine,
fucked.
fine. I hear you.
He's been fucked.
If
You can't say if it's proven. It's 3-0. 3-0.
he's gonna take this one.
He's not.
We'll put a bet on
I
it.
love him with all of my heart.
We'll
man.
put a bet on it.
Yeah, let's put a bet. 1,000 rand. Easy.
Again, let's go.
Another 1,000.
Let's go.
Which 2 bets do we have? Karan? Which is the first one?
We've got the rugby,
The rugby and
one.
this
And now
one.
we've got easy.
I'm gonna make money this week. Next UFC, I'm making money.
That's
1,000.
fine. Let's
easy.
see. Yeah?
Hey guys, support these bets. Right? If you wanna bet, yeah, support the bets. Who's going with me? Who's going with Andy? Who's going with?
Yeah. Who's gonna make the money?
Yeah, let's go,
Subscribe.
guys.
Yeah. Come on, like just
I'll give
subscribe
you a
to the
share
channel,
of my
come on.
winnings. Come.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
I'll,
make
Pick it up,
competition.
pick it up.
I'll give you a share of my winnings.
All right, I think it's time for us to get into the stage now. Okay, so we've got the bet going. I think this will go up on the channel. Who's gonna win? I think we should put up a poll. Who
Yeah. Who wins?
Oh,
Who
yeah,
wins?
yeah.
You guys want to start your own betting company?
No,
No,
that's
not
illegal.
even.
That's
We just putting our predictions out there.
That's illegal.
I'm just saying-
But that being said, I think the Sunbet, there's Bet Sport. Guys, if you want to come in, support us on the channel. Come on, come through and you guys.
And do what you have to do, man.
Do what you have to do.
Do
to
what you do
support
best
us.
anyway.
Yeah. You see, when it comes to this topic, I get very demotivated. The NBA is not going anywhere.
Don't get demotivated. Just
I
say,
don't know, the
just
Lakers.
put it the way it is. LA
Lakers
Lakers
are garbage.
are garbage because LeBron is not playing
Even
anymore.
with him there, they're still garbage. With LeBron in the team. LeBron is garbage. He's done. He's 39.
He's old. He's not
not-
done. Just say the man is old.
He's
and
done.
Yeah, his time's over. Just say
over.
that. He was never garbage.
No, he was never garbage, but
He
he's
was
done.
never
now.
garbage.
Now he's
Yeah,
done.
his time is done.
It's done.
It's time for
It's like-
just
it's
like
like-
Louis.
it's like Lewis
There's
Hamilton.
there's no replacement for
But is
LeBron.
he done? Is he done?
Who, Louis?
Yet.
Lewis Hamilton.
No, Mercedes must just decide and get the blooming carrot
But
off their
LeBron is
asses.
done. LeBron is done.
LeBron it's time to go, bruh. You've got injuries left, right, and center. Your team, your franchise is not doing as well. Just sit back and say, okay, who's the next big? Bring in that boy from Milwaukee Bucks, that Nigerian boy, Akapumpo or something.
Yeah, he's the
Bring
best.
in that boy to Lakers. Let him take over LeBron's.
Can I imagine that?
I can.
Giannis to the Lakers. Wow.
I can.
That'll be something else.
Hey, bruh, we speaking money now. If he
Damn.
wants to make money, he must go to the Lakers.
I think, Steph and the boy, obviously Steph Curry, but they cock as well. They're
They
losing a
should
bit.
now.
But they're gonna be
One
there.
wonder.
But
No,
they are the next dominant dynasty. Like they're gonna be dominating for like a year because they're still good. They're still young.
They pulled
but
they pulled a Leicester on us.
they
Ah,
only have.
you never do those 3 pointers like that.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah,
hey,
nah,
that's-
nah.
Golden State.
Yeah,
Nah,
Golden
nah,
State
nah.
comes in buckets. They will win this season. I remember I picked them previously as well. From the beginning, of the season, they will win this season.
Okay.
But the next season, the next generation needs to step up. Like we need to have a new. Because I remember when LeBron was drafted
At
in 2003, I was in matric. When he was in the draft that year, 2003, I was in matric. Yeah, well, so imagine, like it's been like what 17, 20 years.
20 years.
It's been 20 years. Yeah.
20 years.
This year, 20 years since I was in matric.
Yeah.
So LeBron has been in the league for 20 years.
So it's time to go.
It's time for the next one because it's done.
Yeah.
At our age, you cannot be.
I cannot be talking about
Like
LeBron.
it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
No,
Fuck.
leave CR.
Done.
He's a businessman.
He's done enough.
For some odd reason, CR7 was a businessman.
Yeah,
was
he's
never a
done enough,
footballer.
The most
He-
highest paid footballer today
Day.
is my age or Avery's 39.
Yeah.
He's older.
Yeah.
But
But he's a businessman.
yeah, he needs to make
I
money.
mean, the Portuguese side goes to Portugal and stays in his hotel.
and he's been selected. What?
What?
I didn't know that.
They go to Portugal and stay in his hotel as the national hotel for,
Yeah,
the,
he's
first-
utilizing-
for the national
he's
team.
utilizing
So
those
he's a
talents.
businessman and he's been selected in the national team for Portugal. You see?
He's a big brand.
He's a big brand.
brand, he's
They just
not-
bring in money because of it.